going to get decent field position at the 31-yard line. It would have been their best starting field position since the first quarter, but that is no longer true. A holding call will make them start from their own 15-yard line, and that is not what they needed to start the second half.
Not at all. You want something positive to happen. It was a really good return, obviously that would have set them up, but it's kind of set them back a little bit now.
So Wells with his feet standing on his own 10, 1st and 10. Handoff up the middle. Uri got running room. Gets away from one. Got a blocker. He could break it. No, can't get through one of the defensive backs at the 40-yard line. Really the last guide to keep him from going into enemy territory. It was Jordan Jones who got around the wide receiver blocking on that side, Khalil Grant, and was able to make the tackle, but a huge gain of 26 yards up to the 41 for Uri on a first down run.
Just what they needed at that point.
Play call coming in. 2 wideouts left, 1 right. That may be their biggest play from scrimmage in this game. Snap, run, quarterback draw, and tackled early. Winey from the linebacker position comes up, take Wells down at the 40-yard line. A loss of a yard on the play.
Well, it's going to be important for them to put back-to-back plays, positive plays, out there, and certainly they didn't do that. And it looks like Wells might be hurt right here.
That's not good news, and he will go back down to the turf. Wells tried to get up, couldn't, and it looks like an injury timeout here as Wells is down on the field.
Now they're stretching him. It looks like maybe a cramp.
Took a shot at the very end of that.
On a cold day like this, you wouldn't think that you cramp up, but you never know, right?
41 degrees here in Chicago. Cloudy right now. I believe that the rain has stopped for the moment.
It has, but certainly it looks like it could start any time with the haze that we got today. Fortunately, here at this facility, we have great light standards, and it's doing a great job for us to be able to play this game.
Looks like Wells is going to get up and walk off on his own power. I think you're right. A cramp situation as he's trying to stretch it out. Took a nice little shot at the end of that from Winey as Winey stepped up into the hole. That
I don't think he'll be out of the game for long. I think he's going to probably get back in at some point. They're going to get him stretched out and doing what they need to do.
Wells was trying to run through. It looks like they bring in Dylan Lee. Wide receiver will take over as the quarterback. Lee, snap, going to run. Tries to get the edge, steps up, now gets some positive yards across the 40 up to the 45.
Nice little play right there.
Stretching forward.
Yeah, nice little play.
Nice job by Lee. And they're still stretching Wells out, so Lee will stay in and take the snap. It'll be 3rd and 6 coming up.
It's a big third down. They need to convert this down, keep this drive alive, and keep this drive going down towards some points because they need to cut into this lead like right now.
They have to get to the Nassau 49, so into opponent's territory for a first down. Lee in a deep drop, got a running back with him on his right hip. Wide out to the right, 2 to the left. Going to look to throw. Throws down the side, down the field, incomplete. He went down the hash on a seam with the wide receiver, Dwayne Taylor. Taylor had just a step on the defensive back, but could not pull the pass in. A little bit low from Lee.
Has to be tough coming off the bench and not really having a chance to warm up to throw a deep ball like that, but was really close. Great play call, just didn't execute, and now it's 4th down.
Olivier, the defensive back, taps his chest, says my bad to the Nassau coaching staff, and a punt situation coming up for Northland. Trailing 24-6. They bring in Rockley. Simeus Rockley out of North Miami Beach, Florida, 6'3", 170.
Another great name.
He's a sophomore, yeah.
Both of these teams have some great names.
And I believe a delay of game is going to be called on Northland, and it is.
So that's unfortunate. They're just shooting themselves in the foot at this point, and, that's not what they needed at this point.
Put the ball back to the 40-yard line. At least they've got the right unit on now and ready to go. Rockley has punted from his own end zone the last couple of times. Substitution for Northland. They may be in trouble again here if they don't get set. Now they're ready to go. Punt is high this time. Bouncing at the 31. I thought Tucker was going to take it, but it died as soon as it hit the field. Hit the wet turf here at McDougal and died a football's death at the 30-yard line.
It's almost like he didn't see that ball. It looked like he lost it in the lights. I don't know. It was very, very strange.
I also think he was keeping an eye on that coverage unit coming right at him as that punt was very high in the air. So at the 30-yard line now, Nassau takes over their own 30. First drive of the second half. They lead 24-6.
Pioneers need a great 3-and-out right here. A good stop and get the ball back so they can make things happen.
Came in talking about Craig Wells and his passing ability. Here's a handoff to Nelson left side, and not going to happen. Right there waiting for him was Jonas Dorval, the linebacker, a freshman out of Miami, driving him back. Forward progress is going to give Nelson the line of scrimmage basically at the 30-yard line, so no gain. But Dorville was waiting Nelson when he got that left edge.
I'll tell you what, it did take 4 or 5 of them to get him down, though. It was one of those things that he is a big, strong guy, and even though there was a loss on the play, it could have been worse.
2nd and 10 after no gain on the running play. We came in talking about Wells, as I started to say a moment ago, and his passing ability, but it's been Genova who's been the impressive one, the quarterback for Nassau. Here's a snap and a handoff. Nelson going around the right side this time, not finding much. Murrin and also Alexander of Northland coming up and taking care of Nelson after a 2-yard gain. And Alexander has to come off. Looks like that he might have taken a stinger on his right leg.
Yeah, he's coming out. He looks like he's holding that. He looks a little stiff right now. He needs something to drink there, it looks like.
So 3rd, and they actually give the 33 to Nelson on the run. So a 3-yard gain makes it 3rd and 7. Nelson stays in. And another Pioneer going down. Looks like Michelle Amoa. Amoa's down right now, grabbing his thigh on the left leg. The defensive back at the 39-yard line, and maybe we'll send some bananas down there to the Northland sideline.
Yeah, let me get my staff on that. Let me see if I can make a call and see if we can get some bananas down to get some potassium in their system.
They've done everything else.
Well, I'll tell you what, they are amazing folks. But I probably feel really bad having, hey, staff, can you go get some bananas for these guys so they don't start cramping up? But you know what? They would probably do it, though, Jim. I'll be honest. They'd probably do it. Absolutely. And wouldn't argue with me at all. So
a little potassium tablet or two.
It's a little curious, obviously. Obviously, they're all having some issues, so we'll see what happens.
And I'll tell you something. It's a serious one for Amoa over there. He's really feeling it. He's going to hop up here and try to come off to the sideline on his own power.
It's good to see our athletic training staff, Nate Smith, there, getting out there and giving them a hand. Nate does a tremendous job with our student athletes in all of our sports, and we are very fortunate to have Nate Smith and our staff.
Along the front, Northland has Person playing both ways. McCaddy is in there as well. And they've got John Pickett in the game right now. Stephen Gustav, defensive lineman, in. They're going with a 4-man front right now. And a set of the line, they had Northland offside, didn't snap the ball. So a chance to reset here for the defense. To throw, Genova. Pressure, steps up, looks long, can't throw it, going to run. Across the 40 to the 41. And I believe it's going to be enough for a first down. It is.
Well, the thing about Genova is that, it seems like every play, even he finds a way to get positive yardage. He makes the most out of something that's not there, and he doesn't put his team in bad positions. It seems like he's controlling the ball very, very well.
1st and 10 after the gain by Genova on the run, and here's the counter to Nelson up to midfield. Started left, went right, and the big run by Nelson, 10 yards, will get him another first down, move the sticks again.
Nelson, another strong run. Well, his lower half is just put together. He is a strong young man, and he runs with fervor. Is that a good word, fervor?
I like that. Right. I like that. You're pulling out the thesaurus today. Genova throws left side, complete. The tight end, DeBlasio, at the 34-yard line, a 16-yard gain. Genova got all the time in the world to throw that time and finds the open receiver.
DeBlasio has made some big plays in this game. He has found some seams, and I'll tell you what, he did a great job on the sidelines there, getting his feet down to make that completion work.
They said he stepped out at the 35, so 15 yards, 1st and 10. Handoff, this time to a different running back. This is Innocent. Innocent being pushed forward, but the whistle has been blown. Give him the 32.
It's kind of a strange play. It almost seemed like he was still going, and they kind of blew the whistle. I was a little shocked there, but certainly they're down there, and we're way up here, so it's kind of hard for us to know exactly what's going on sometimes.
3-yard gain for Innocent, 2nd and 7 at the Northland 32-yard line. Snap, Genova, pressure, Utah to DeBlasio, complete, and across the 25 up to the 23. Genova with a smart play that time, got pressure and just shoveled it in front of him right before he got hit.
Sleight of hand on that one right there. He changed hands, and he used his off hand to shovel that ball forward, and what a great play design and what a great play by him.
Boy, Nassau just chunking it up here on the field. Their first drive of the second half. 1st and 10 at the 23 of Northland. Keeping it going with 9 minutes to go here in the third. 24-6, and I think a false start's going to be called against Nassau. Yeah, it was sneaking up. The wide receiver, Marcus Lane, tried to get a little head start, but unfortunately that linesman is right there with those yellow hankies.
Yeah, right in front of you. You can't get away with that. If you're a wide receiver, you can't hide. You're like the guard in the line, so you're kind of out there right in the open. So, yeah. Certainly, they got that one pretty quickly. So
back it up to the 28.
I'll tell you what, though, they have had their fair share of penalties as well today. So it's one of those things that even though they're ahead in this game, they have made some key mistakes at some very interesting times.
I'm impressed with Person, the lineman for Northland, playing both ways out of Germantown, Maryland. Here's Genova, pressure backside, going to be sacked. Back at the 34-yard line. Running him down with speed is Dorval. The linebacker got to him. Freshman out of Miami. Wow.
He's quick. I'll tell you what, he was on Genova very, very fast. I'll tell you what, he made a great play just at the time that they needed a big play. It's pushed them out of field goal range a little bit at this point, and was just a big play.
2 straight negative plays, a false start, and then a sack of Genova. 2nd and 21 coming up from the 34-yard line of Northland for Nassau. They lead 24-6.
Important to keep everything in front of you if you're the Pioneers.
Fake the outside pass, and another sack coming up. Genova all the way back at the 43. This time Ryan Erickson, the defensive lineman, freshman, 6'4", 265, out of Denver, Colorado, gets through. First time we've said his name today. It was a big play for his team.
Erickson broke through that line and made a tremendous play for his team, and has obviously set the Lions really back. This is a 3rd and 29. 3rd and 29. Key here is keep everything in front of you. Don't allow them to get behind you, and have them punt.
7:15 to go in the third. Nassau using a lot of clock. And Genova to pass. Time to throw. Middle of the field. Knocked away. Intended for Tucker at the 15. And stepping in front of it was the young man who got the sack a moment ago, Dorval, who was stepping back in coverage, made a great play. 2
outstanding plays by Dorval. I'll tell you what, his team needed him there, and I'll tell you what, he stepped up and he took it, and here they are. They're going to punt. They're going to get the ball back. Again, when they get it, they've got to establish something and get some points on the board to cut into this lead to make this a little more interesting.
Nassau was rolling along in their offense, and then a false start penalty stalled things. All of a sudden, the defense woke up for Northland, and a punt coming here for the kicker, Norsini of Nassau. 4th and 29. High snap, flag down, and a very short punt going to go out of bounds at the 20-yard line. It's not a bad punt as you pin them back, but what's the penalty here?
Might be offsides against Northland. I don't know. It's
19-yard punt, short one, but
or illegal motion. It's one of the two.
stand by for this special presentation of the iMedia One Network on the Live 365 Network and the Live 365 app.
CityView Sportscast is proud to bring you Mineral Ridge Rams football on the Badurix Butcher Block High School Football Game of the Week. And now from the stadium with tonight's call, here's Matt Lipsack and Matt Emsch.
Hello.
I can hear you.
Hello, Brandon. Dave. Okay, they got us.
Okay, good. All right, we got to take a selfie. There we go. For the gram. Should we be hearing the station? The Friday night lights are shining at Joe Lane Stadium here at Easy Whitaker Field, Mineral Ridge, Ohio. Welcome into the Badurix Butcher Block High School Football Game of the Week between the Pymatuning Valley Lakers and the Mineral Ridge Rams. My name is Matt Lipsack, bringing you the action this evening, joined by my partner, Matt Emsch. And, Matt, we are in for a whale of a matchup here this evening.
Yeah, you know, it's so beautiful that how fast the season goes. A second ago, we were just watching football teams getting ready to start their season of hopefulness of maybe a championship that they could get under their belts. We got to see Canfield and South Range do something that they've never done before in school history. Now we are here with Mineral Ridge, who have those same kind of wishes and hopes that they want to do this year. And boy, does Coach Shaner have a good group that he could possibly do that with this season.
And Matt, I know this takes both you and I back. I was a member of the marching band in my high school. I marched at Youngstown State for a few years. You played at Youngstown State. And, so football is in both of our bloods, and it's just great to be able to start the 2023 football season here on City View Sportscast.
I agree. I'm so excited, and thank you to everybody back at the station that's helping us be on the air, Brandon Fisher and everyone else there. And it's exciting, again, we can hear the bands kicking it up, and the smells are finally starting to come, those fall smells. And I'm super excited, Matt, here we are, Matt and Matt. We got the Matt and Matt show, and that bodes well for this season. And I'm super excited that you and I are going to have our first season together. I think great things are in store for this station with you and I together.
A gorgeous, we'll call it a mid-August night here in Mineral Ridge, Ohio. Slight breeze blowing. We've got about 68 degrees here at Joe Lane Stadium, as right now Ridge has left the locker room and the band is out on the field playing the fight song. I believe we have a coach's interview with head coach Brian Shaner of the Mineral Ridge Rams. Let's go ahead and get that played for you while the band takes care of the pregame show. And I'm sure the national anthem is forthcoming. Let's throw it over to Coach Shaner.
Matt Emsch with Coach Brian Shaner of the Mineral Ridge Rams going into their season opener tonight against Pymatuning Valley. 2022 results, 8-3. Coach, I know that was a record that many schools across the country would love to end their season with, but, dealing with a coach like you and a program like you're running, you guys didn't get to accomplish everything that you were looking to do. How are you guys looking on improving on what you did last year?
I just think it's stay consistent. Show up hard, show up to work hard every day, and stay consistent. Keep our goals in mind. Be a great teammate, and just get ready to go. Our guys know our expectations of them, and they show up. They follow our lead. They show up, and they just want to get better every day. And they watched our 5 seniors last year lead how they're supposed to lead, and we're still kind of following their lead a little bit. And, again, high expectations here in Mineral Ridge, and, hopefully we perform well against Pie Valley.
Absolutely. And you're looking at returning letter winners this year. You have 11. You had mentioned how you're missing those 5, of that group that were just irreplaceable when you have, leaders like that. But man, do you guys have a great group of young men that I've been watching in practice and scrimmages. And, this new season coming up is just so exciting. Can you, let our listeners know a little bit about some of those leaders that have already stepped up and that for sure when these games are coming up that you can depend on them to pick the younger guys up and lift their play?
Yeah, it all comes and centers around Ian Erb. He's been kind of a leader for us since his sophomore year. He just shows up to work each and every day, and he just does it right. His approach to the game of football, his approach to just life is such a role model for young men. And I tell everyone this, you guys get to watch him on the football field and think he's a great football player. But if you ever got the chance to sit down and talk to him and hang out, he's a great individual. So he's that guy that really steps up, and he takes the team kind of like the big brother to everybody and just kind of shows them the right way to go. And it's a great trickle-down effect because we have a bunch of great kids. We don't have a senior-laden class. We don't have a junior-laden class. We just have a great mix all the way down. Julian Ross, he's doing a great job leading for us as a senior. He's also was named captain. Best friends with Herb. So them guys are always together leading. Zach Stacy up front's a 4-year letterman for me, 4-year, starter. Bryce Rohrman, his brother is one of those, the cornerstone of what we've been building here, graduated last year. He's one of those pieces of the puzzle that we gotta fill. And Bryce is doing a great job doing it. I could go down the list. Ethan Pemberton was named captain last night. Undersized kid, but plays with such heart. Starts at wide receiver and corner. And then Matthew Meunier, we call him Milkshit just as a nickname. But, man, he plays his tail off for us, too. He's going to start at DN tonight. and have a really good game for us, I believe.
And, you're mentioning some of those linemen, that's where my love is. That's what I played in high school and college. And, the big boys up front are what get everything done. How do you feel about both sides of the ball, about those big boys?
Man, you're hitting all the key points. First, you hit my staff. Now you're going to talk about the big guys in the trenches. I don't care what level you're at. If you don't have a good line, I don't care if high school, Pee-wees, college, NFL, you're not going to get anything done. And we do. Coach Blazina does a great job with these guys. He has a rotation going on up front. We know our 5 starters, but he just keeps rotating these young guys in because you never know when we're going to count on them. And I got, next to Zach Stacy, we got the Moore brothers, Chase and Jordan. Chase started every game last year as a freshman, so as a sophomore, he's only going to keep getting better. Jordan is only going to be a junior, so these 2 brothers are our anchors. They're our 2 tackles. You want to talk about athletic linemen. Unbelievable. And then we're starting another freshman with Phoenix at guard, and we've got a brand-new center because we moved Zach Stacy over to guard and Aiden Overacre. I'm very excited about them 5 guys. Now, we might not be as big as some of the other schools we're going to face, like Pie Valley is a good example, but we're going to be fast, and we're going to get after it. And again, we just flip them guys over. And, we do. We go both ways a lot. But like I said, talking about my staff, Coach TJ does a great job with that D-line, making sure we're 6 to 7 to 8 deep to keep them guys fresh so they can get back on own block. So I'm excited about them guys. A lot of returning experience in there. But again, when you start a freshman, there's going to be some growing pains. We understand that. But, we're ready to go.
But, Coach, I want to wish you good luck tonight. We'll see you at the game. And we're excited for you. Good luck.
Hey, thank you so much for all you guys do for football.
Thank you very much, and we'll see you tonight, Coach.
Bye.
And that was Mineral Ridge head coach Brian Shaner with our Matt Emsch earlier this afternoon. The national anthem has been played here at Joe Lane Stadium. We're going to step aside for 2.5 minutes, and we will have the kickoff of the 2023 high school football season here at the Beduricks High School Football Game of the Week on CityView Sportscast, part of the iMedia Network.
Jesse's Dairy Cove is a hometown favorite, located at 3743 State Route 46, across from the gazebo in Mineral Ridge. Enjoy all of your favorite ice cream. We have over 32 hard scoop and over 40 soft serve favorites. We also have a large food menu, including homemade chili sauce, sloppy joes, pulled pork, fresh cut french fries, and mac and cheese. This fall, we'll start our homemade cookie and party trays. Visit our website at justicedairycove.com to see our menu. At Justice Dairy Cove, we appreciate your business and wish good luck to the Rams.
SNK Painting provides exceptional painting and refinishing services to the Mahoning Valley and surrounding communities by being an industry leader in our field, focusing on customer service and delivering extraordinary results. We offer interior and exterior painting, and we specialize in cabinet refinishing with affordable cabinet solution. Call SNK Painting for your free estimate at 330-505-1910. SNK, painting your house today. With over 30 years of experience, Beduricks Butcher Block in Mineral Ridge is a quality-driven company focused on great personal service. Our fresh meats are of the finest cut. We make a variety of burgers, sausages, and a full line of deli meats. Using our own smokehouse, we prepare different types of jerky, snack sticks, kibasi, bacon, hot dogs, and bone-in hams. When your tummy needs some relief, call 652-BEEF. That's 330-652-2333. Now back to the Beduricks Butcher Block High School Football Game of the Week on CityView Sportscast.
Welcome back to the Beduricks Butcher Block High School Football Game of the Week here on CityView Sportscast and the iMedia Network. We are getting ready for the opening kick of the 2023 high school football season. For the Lakers, it is going to be Ryan Croston to kick it off. Mineral Ridge going to attack from left to right here on your radio dial at EZ Whitaker Field, Joe Lane Stadium, Mineral Ridge, Ohio. We're getting ready. Matt, you excited?
I am beyond excited. I can't believe, I have been out of football for a couple of years now for health reasons. And for me to be seeing this start up again and be a part of it with somebody new like you, I'm ready to go out there and strap it up myself right now.
For those of you that don't know, I am the voice of the USHL's Youngstown Phantoms, a junior hockey team that plays the Cavelli Center in downtown Youngstown. First football game I've called in my life. Watched football, all of it, but first time, well, I guess second time on the air, I did a color with Jim Craven, a Springfield game last year. Croston up to the ball. The kick is away, and we have offside on the kickoff. So much for the kickoff of the 2023 high school football season here at Mineral Ridge High School.
And, a lot of people aren't going to expect perfection on game one. Everybody in the stands knows there's going to be a lot of mistakes made tonight. That's what game one is. Sometimes you see a team that doesn't make much mistakes, but usually the rule of thumb is this is where it's going to happen, and this is how they learn. And sometimes you don't want to get up on Saturday morning to see what the coaches have to say after watching those films.
A pretty nice breeze blowing right in our faces, across the field as Mineral Ridge will go from left to right, as I said. So the wind actually blowing across the field, and now Croston, the ball fell off the tee, in fact, because of the wind. Going to try to set it up again. All right, Croston, 7 yards from the ball. And the kick is away. It's going to bounce at the 17 and roll toward the sidelines and out of bounds. That will be another procedure penalty on Pie Valley. And I think, 25 yards from the kick? I think Rich is going to get this at the 40 or 45-yard line, Matt.
Yeah, and, you're going to start off getting a little bit of good field position, how well that bodes for that team. And you and I were lucky enough to see some of their scrimmages this year and some of these players. And the coaches are really fired up and have these teams ready to play on both sides, obviously. But, man, we are focusing on the Rams, and they are biting at the bit to take up where they left off last year. They did not end that season in the way that they wanted to. With a loss in the playoffs, they're ready to really take out their aggressions on this Pie Valley team.
And this Pie Valley team that Mineral Ridge knocked off by the score of 41-8 in the season opener last year. And is Coach Sanders, is he going to elect a re-kick? I think we're going to push it back 5 more yards and do it again, Matt.
And you know what? You're going to give the Rams a little bit more room to, hopefully for them, get down to that 6-point beautiful land that they're hoping to get to, so to speak. And, this is, again, where you see mistakes are made on the first night of games. And sometimes it's just kind of ugly, and you have to make mistakes sometimes to better yourself.
Still 12 minutes on the first quarter clock as Ryan Croston, again, 7 yards from the tee. Ball now going to be kicked off from the 30. And there's the kick. Going to be fielded and bobbled out of bounds by Mineral Ridge. Trying to field that kick was Julian Rossi. Off his fingertips and out of bounds at the 24-yard line is where Mineral Ridge is going to put it into play. And, Matt, in the scrimmages, we saw a lot of spread. We saw a lot of Ian Erb.
Yeah, and Ian Erb, as when I talked to Coach Shaner earlier today with our interview, he really talked a lot about him, about not only the type of athlete he is and the player he is on both sides of the ball, but the leader that he is and what he brings to the table with leadership is second to none. It's very precious to this young team.
And Ridge not even going to huddle. It's Erb in the shotgun. 4 wide, brings a man in motion, fakes the handoff. He's going to take it up the middle himself, and he gets through the first hole and got to the 29-yard line. A quick gain of 4 or 5 there for Ian Erb. And he is a senior.
And he's a big boy. He is actually one of the biggest on the whole team. He has great height. He got those lengthy wheels, and he gets them moving. I would not be one of those I wouldn't want to be one of those defensive players that takes him on all by himself.
Shotgun trips left in a little bit of a jump from, I believe, the near side receiver, Ethan Pemberton. And so that 5-yard gain on first down will be negated. I think we're going to see 2nd and 10 here for Mineral Ridge.
And you know what? Usually you see coaches go off with, mental errors like that. But again, first game, first night, you're not going to really get as much of that yelling going on tonight as you would, say, week 6.
Herb takes the snap, hands it off, going up the middle. Getting just about a 1-yard gain to be 3rd and 9 for Mineral Ridge, as getting the carry was Jacob Russell.
You know, the size difference between the teams, they're very comparable, actually. And, you know, that defensive line for Pie Valley has actually done a very good job in the middle of that field.
Shotgun trips left for Mineral Ridge. Sidecar to the right. Herb looking left, started to roll left, ran into some trouble, broke away from one tackle, can't get away from the second. And gathering in the sack, number 15, Ryan Cross, and he's going to start at quarterback for Pie Valley, but he's in there getting the sack as a starting linebacker. And that was a loss of 4 for Mineral Ridge, and they are going to have to punt.
Yeah, Ryan got in there real quick and did a great job and shut down a maybe promising series for the Rams.
Snap is away. That is Russell to the punt. Low kick. Bounces at the 46. Takes a very nice Mineral Ridge roll. Picked up by Crossan at the 40. Breaks one tackle. Can't break another as he is jumped on by a host of black jerseys. And that would be the Mineral Ridge Rams. We're going to go ahead and give the tackle to Corey Squirrick.
Yeah, I was just going to mention number 15, Corey, and you know, he did a great job getting downfield right on top of things, and he was right there, made a good tackle. Very dangerous decision. Maybe he should have, let it go. Thankfully for him, the ball didn't squirt out and turn the ball over. A lot of times, Matt, you and I have seen that happen, and the ball pops out in situations like that when you're surrounded by a bunch of the other team, and he's lucky that he held on to it.
We'll call it a 40-yard punt and no return. So Pie Valley going to start on offense at the Mineral Ridge 40-yard line. They're going to huddle. Crossing comes in with the play. And they'll break the huddle. Crossing in the shotgun. Two tight, twin wide. Crossing going to take it to the left side on the quarterback draw. Going to get about 3. And then he's going to be swallowed up by the Mineral Ridge defensive line. I think at the bottom of that pile was Jacob Russell for the Mineral Ridge Rams on the tackle. 2nd and 7 upcoming for Mineral Ridge. Ball at the near hash.
Yeah, we saw some good play by Russell and a couple of those scrimmages that they had this year. And, you look at the defense as a whole, they've been one of the bright spots. Coach Chet Allen, the defensive coordinator for the Rams, has really done a fabulous job with these kids defensively. He was the head coach at Liberty for years, pumped out some really good teams and players, and nothing has changed here at Ridge. He's doing the same thing here.
Shotgun twins right cross, another quarterback draw, going to go around left tackle. Broke a couple of tackles, got up near the first up, ball came out, and it's jumped on by Pie Valley. Crossing got up to the 49, but that fumble going to cost them about 4 or 5 yards. We're going to call it 3rd and 6 as Pie Valley was able to jump on it at the 46-yard line. So it ends up being just a gain of, 2?
Yeah, Ty Vickery is the junior's really lucky that he was there to be man on the spot and cover it up and, maybe turn that into, as you said, just a couple yard gain instead of the ball going way the other end of the field and maybe even giving the Rams 6 if the things had gone their way.
Check that. They're going to spot it at the 43. We'll call it 3rd and 7 for Pie Valley. Twins right, man comes across in motion. They're going to go with the jet sweep. Coming around the side is Sean Crossan, brother of the quarterback. Ran into some trouble, went backwards, and I think that's going to go for no gain as he was forced out of bounds on the far sideline by half the Mineral Ridge defense, and it looks like Pie Valley might be running out the punt unit.
Yeah, you look at that sophomore, Sean Crossan, and he looked like he was stopped there for a second. He just threw a couple moves, did a good a little swirl technique there. Looked like he was done after he did that as well, but kept the wheels moving. And if you keep those legs pumping and keeping them high, you're going to get some yards out of it. So as young as he is, he showed some really good wheels and some very intelligent running on that last play.
Procedure penalty on Pie Valley. There with about 12 seconds left on the play clock, so we're going to push it back by 5 more yards. Called 4th and 14 now for Pie Valley as you got to watch out because Ryan Crossan, the quarterback, he's doing the punting too. And there is an uncovered gunner now. A linebacker does motion out as Crossan hits the punt away. That's going to bounce to the 30 and take a very friendly roll for the Lakers inside the 15, at the 10, at the 9. Rolls to about the 6, and that is a great punt.
It was. And, one thing that I always like to talk about and spend time, explaining is this is not a 1-2 side of the ball game. You have 3 phases in football. And a lot of times, unfortunately, you get teams that don't worry about that third phase, that special teams. But the ones that really spend time working on it, practicing it, getting it perfected, that seems like what Pie Valley has done this preseason, and they did a great job pinning them down at their own end zone.
58-yard punt for Ryan Crossan on his first boot of the season. Shotgun, spread, twins to each side, sidecar to the left for Herb. Fakes the handoff, takes it around the left side, makes a move, gets to the second level. Got about 5 yards as he's tackled just about at the boundary. So we'll call it 2nd and 5, maybe 2nd and 6 for Mineral Ridge. Ball at the far hash.
I've seen some really good pursuit by the defense of Pie Valley, getting down that line of scrimmage laterally very well. When you have a player like Herb, it's not easy to get down there with his quickness, but they've done a great job getting there.
Twins to each side again in the shotgun. This time he's going to hand it off to Russell on the read option. He comes around to the left, ran into some trouble right at the 10. He might have got a yard or maybe just back to the line of scrimmage, judging by the far line judge as we hit 6:40 on the moving first quarter clock.
And it's moving fast. When you're running the ball the whole time, you get really short quarters. And, a lot of these linemen love just lining it up and putting their faces in the other faces of those D linemen.
3rd and 5. Herb back to pass, gets it away. The ball is dropped. Nice pass breakup there, and that might have been Ryan Crossan again on the pass breakup, Matt.
Yeah, and that could have been really ugly if it would have been just maybe a couple inches lower there. He might have had an interception and maybe some points after that play. But, that's when your offensive receiver turns into a defensive back, and he snapped that ball down to the ground. Good job.
Pass was intended for David Baker. Now the punt is away, going to be caught at the 40-yard line. Makes one man miss, makes a second man miss at the 35, and now he's jumped on. And that was Ryan Crossan on the return. And he's going to be tackled by number 51, Justin Sedetic for the Rams. 6:06 now on the first quarter clock. We're scoreless still here at Joe Lane Stadium, E.Z. Whitaker Field in beautiful Mineral Ridge, Ohio. And Matt, I know we talked about it during the pregame show, but this is a beautiful night for football. I know you and I both know the first night of high school football, you never know what you're going to get. It could be 90 degrees. It could be raining. Right now, we've got just a little bit under 70 degrees, and it is absolutely beautiful.
It's perfect, and when the sun goes down, going to get even nicer.
Hand off up the middle, and the ball's on the ground again. Mineral Ridge is on top of it. That was fumbled by Ty Vickery.
Great job by Mineral Ridge and the defense. Heads up play, always staring at the ball. That was a team turnover. Great job by the Rams on that play.
And Johnny on the spot in the kitchen, baking some turnovers. Number 24, Bryce Rorman jumping on the loose ball. Going to be Mineral Ridge picking it up at the 34-yard line of Pie Valley.
Looking much more hungry this last couple series. Now it's time. Quit messing around. Let's at least put 3 points on the board, start to separate ourselves from Pie Valley.
Spread again, sidecar left, 2 receivers to each side. Herb takes the snap. He's going to run it right up the middle, makes one man miss at the 35, but ended up a shoestring tackle. Nice work there by number 10, Jaron Nowakowski.
A lot of young guys on both sides of the ball. As I talked to Coach Shaner earlier, losing 5 seniors last year, that left a lot of underclassmen to represent, and seems that way also for Pie Valley this year as well.
Shotgun snap again for Herb with 4 wide receivers. Looks left, throws left. It's caught. Sliding grab by a man on the far side. I believe that is number 3, Julian Rozzi. Going to pick up 3 yards. We'll call it 3rd and 4 for Mineral Ridge. Ball at the Pymatuning Valley 40-yard line.
Rozzy was a huge part of that offense last year and how well that they did, and he's not missing a beat yet.
4 wide receivers again in the spread. Sidecar left. Herb checks with the sideline, checks the wristband. Pie Valley, looks like they got 7 in the box. Snaps away. Herb back to pass, looks left. Now he's going to run. Herb at the 40. Got close to the first down. We'll see where they spot it. Near side line judge has it about the 44. He got the 44. That should be a first down. Waiting for the official spot. And we've got our first down of the game, Matt, as Herb able to break a couple of tackles and get 4 yards. Man in motion. Hands it off. Coming to the near side. Getting loose into the secondary. Believe that was number 9, Brady Balestrino on the jet sweep. Came to the near side, and he got punished, Matt.
He did. He got a good shot from the defensive player, but I'm going to tell you what, if Corey Squarick would have kept his hold just one more second, he might have busted that one for 6.
Gain of 11 to the Pie Valley 45. First down, Mineral Ridge. Herb. 3 receivers to the right. Shotgun to the left. Man comes in motion. Going to fake the jet sweep and hand it up the middle. Taking that handoff was Jacob Russell. Looks like he'll get about 2. We'll call it 3. Now I'll check that. We'll call it 2. 2nd and 8 for Mineral Ridge. Ball at the 43-yard line. Twins to each side for Urban, the shotgun. Takes the snap, looks right. Has to get away from a man. That's Vickery in on the rush. Herb going to the right. He's going to throw it away. Has a hope and a prayer. Man open behind the defense is caught and falling down at the 1-yard line. Just short of the touchdown was Ethan Pemberton. As he got behind the safety, and Herb doing everything he could just to get the ball to him. And great work by Pemberton there just to haul it in.
It was. That was everybody doing their job. Offensive linemen were on their assignments. They protected him just long enough to get the ball in the air. And what great concentration on catching that ball as well. He might have been a half a yard short of getting that TD, but man, he got them all the way down the field.
And if there was any doubt, Herb right up the middle for the Mineral Ridge touchdown. Ian Herb with a 1-yard gain right up the gut. And with 3:11 left in the first quarter, Mineral Ridge now has a 6-0 lead with the extra point pending.
You know, I had mentioned to you at the beginning of this series, it seemed like they were just starting to catch that second wind, that they looked like they were ready to get something done, and they did. They were hungry. They were ready to shut things down on Pie Valley, and they got some points on the board. That's what they needed.
And coming on late for Mineral Ridge, I think our snapper, Ian Herb, didn't realize that he had to hold the snap for our kicker, Landon Powell.
Yeah, got to get your butt out there right on time.
4 seconds on the play clock. High snap. Herb gets it down. The kick is up, and the kick is good for the extra point. And with 3:11 left in the first quarter, it is Mineral Ridge 7 and Pymatuning Valley nothing. We're going to go ahead and step aside for 30 seconds. You're listening to the Dirks Butcher Block High School Football Game of the Week here on City View Sportscast, part of the iMedia One Network.
Shining Stars Dance and Baton in Niles, Ohio is home to state, regional, national, and international world champions. They offer a wide variety of classes for ages 2.5 and up for boys and girls. Celebrating over 31 years in business, the excellent staff of instructors will help take your baton twirling skills to the next level. Shining Stars would like to wish all the cheerleaders, dance line, band, feature twirler Amira, and players a successful season. Go Rams!
Yes.
Now back to the Beduricks Butcher Block High School Football Game of the Week on City View Sportscast.
All right, back inside Joe Lane Stadium. Frederick's Butcher Block High School football game of the week. Matt Lipsack, Matt Emch here with you. 3:11 left in the first quarter. First quarter presented by S&K Painting. We'll check the Jesse's Dairy Cove scoreboard, and it reads Mineral Ridge 7 and Pymatooning Valley nothing, as Mineral Ridge able to cash in on the fumble. Just about, a 60-some yard drive there, Matt, and took only 3 minutes off the clock. And of course, the big play there, the third down play that picked up about 40 yards.
And, Matt, you know how important these turnovers are. If you can get points, that sets everything up.
As the kick is picked up by Sean Croston at about the 16-yard line, he'll return it out to about the 25, maybe the 26, or 36, rather. So nice return there for the Lakers, and that's where they will put it back into play, now trailing 7-0. As we'll take another look at that Jesse's Dairy Cove scoreboard. South Range 8 and Springfield nothing. 4:15 left in the first quarter.
Big game, two schools that have been in the state championship many times.
Pass to the left, Crosson to Crosson. That is Sean Crosson breaking a tackle across the 40, bowling his way toward the 45. That might be close to a first down. And, in fact, they are going to give Sean Crosson the first down on the little wide receiver bubble screen there, Matt.
Yeah, I was very impressed not only with a good offensive line blocking. More than anything, it was just his running. He did not want to get pulled down. I saw a little bit of that Roger Craig high knee running going there, and man, it is not somebody you want to run into and try and take one of those knees to the chin when you're trying to bring him down.
Sean Croston, a sophomore, 5'7", 160, caught the pass from brother Ryan, a junior, 5'11", 195. And here's going to be Ryan Croston around the left side, ankle tackle as he was just about to break loose. And that comes courtesy of Preston Holbrook, starting linebacker for this Mineral Ridge squad. We'll call it a gain of 3. 2nd and 7 for the Lakers. We tick toward 2 minutes left in this first quarter.
Very fast going first quarter, but again, as you talked about earlier, when you're running the ball, that's going to move that clock fast.
Lakers break the huddle. And the shotgun, too tight, twins to the left. Sean Croston comes in motion, broken play. Ryan Croston going to break a couple of tackles, gets to the outside, near side, and he's going to be tripped up by Ian Erb. Just short of the marker. We're going to call it 3rd and 2. Maybe even 3rd and 1 for the Lakers on that gain of 6 yards.
You know, you get to square up on those kind of plays and give him a good shot, make him think about maybe going low on you before.
Little Wildcat as Vickery takes a direct snap, and he's going to get 4 yards and a first down for Pymatooning Valley as we're at 1:16 on the S&K first quarter clock. Quick sub for each side. Pymatooning Valley to the huddle. 1st and 10. Ball at the Mineral Ridge 43-yard line. Shotgun sidecar left. Twins left as well. Tight end comes in motion. They're going to hand it off on the jet sweep and blowing that play up in the backfield, throwing his man backwards, but couldn't get him down. That was number 42 taking the handoff, and there's not a 42 listed on the Pymatooning Valley roster.
Right. It could have torn jersey from practice, and that's the closest that they had. So that's what they threw him in. Hey, I would rather have a torn jersey I normally don't wear instead of not making the trip and playing in the game.
Great work, though, however, by Chase Moore. Getting into the backfield to blow that one up, but you got to get the man to the ground. As it probably could have been a 5 or 6 yard loss. Instead, it is a 1 yard gain, 2nd and 9 for Pie Valley. Shotgun snap, Croston looks right, going to throw right. That pass is tipped at the line by Jacob Russell and goes incomplete. 3rd and 9. Upcoming for the Lakers, 40 seconds left on the S&K Painting first quarter clock.
Also, number 15, Corey Squirick. I'm going to tell you what, he's had a good game already. I've picked 4 different times that he's had good plays. So I've been impressed with him so far.
Lakers break the huddle. Trips left, shotgun sidecar left as well. Crossing, pumps, looking right, has a man open downfield that passes, caught, hauled in at the 12-yard line by Sean Crossan. The Crossan connection working again, and that is a huge gain down to the 11-yard line. We're going to call that a gain of 31, Matt, and a first down for the Lakers as Crossan got lost behind the zone.
Yeah, and, he had 2 or 3.
Quick snap here. It's going to be Ryan Cross up the middle, breaks a tackle, 5, and goal line, touchdown, but a flag on the play. Maybe a face mask. We'll have to wait and see.
Wait and see what the flag is. I agree with you, more than likely against the defense here.
Was thrown by the line judge here on the near side. Referee John Wolf to make the call. Looks like it is actually going to be on Mineral Ridge, so I believe the touchdown's going to stand. Personal foul. Face mask on Mineral Ridge. And the penalty to be enforced on the kickoff. Touchdown will stand for Pie Valley. They trail 7-6 now. Extra point pending. 23 seconds left in the first quarter here on the Jesse's Dairy Cove scoreboard.
I was going to say before, he was triple covered. He still got out in the open and made a great catch with good coverage.
Wildcat snack to Vickery for the 2-point conversion up the middle. It's good. 2-point conversion for Pymatuning Valley. And again, with 23 seconds left on the S&K Painting first quarter clock, your score reads Pymatuning Valley 8 and Mineral Ridge 7. We're going to step aside for 30 seconds. You are listening to Matt Lipsack and Matt Emsch, the Bedurek Butcher Block High School Football Game of the Week on CityView Sportscast, part of the iMedia One Network.
If you love history, head over to YouTube and check out Blogging Through History. Hosted by Mineral Ridge High School graduate Chris Mowery, Blogging Through History visits historic sites to explore not only the well-known figures and events of the past, but also compelling stories that maybe you've never heard before. Chris would also like to wish his niece Amira Emsch and the Mineral Ridge Rams the best of luck for a successful 2023 season. Now back to the Bedurek Butcher Block High School Football Game of the Week on CityView Sportscast.
Matt Lipsack and Matt Emsch here with you. 23 seconds left in the S&K Painting first quarter. It is Pymatuning Valley 8 and the Mineral Ridge Rams 7. 11-yard touchdown run by quarterback Ryan Crossan, and then the 2-point conversion by Ty Vickery. And now they're going to mark off the 15-yard face masking penalty on the touchdown run. So Pie Valley going to be kicking off from the Mineral Ridge 45-yard line. You don't see that often, a team kicking off from the plus side of the field.
Yeah, they've been having a lot of positive things happening for them, especially in the special teams side of things for them. And people forget how important that third phase of the game is. It can win or lose everything for you.
Ryan Crossan to kick, low line drive, going to bounce at the 5 and roll into the end zone for a touchback. And I got to think that's the best case scenario for Mineral Ridge right there, is that Ryan Crossan just didn't put any air under the ball, didn't really give Mineral Ridge a chance to return it, bounced at the 5 and rolled right into the end zone. So maybe a little bit of a mental error there in game one.
And Pie Valley has not, they have not played real well against Mineral Ridge in the last few years. And trust me when I tell you, you are looking at that game number 1 with targets all over it. You don't forget what they've done to you over the years. They're here to win this game tonight if they can.
And again, 41-8 in favor of Mineral Ridge last year. Shotgun going to be handed up off the middle to Russell. He's going to be back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. maybe gain half a yard. And that might be the final play of the first quarter. No huddle for Ridge. Herb looks to the sideline, 4 seconds, checks the wristband, and that will do it for the S&K Painting first quarter. If we check the Jesse's Dairy Cove scoreboard, it reads the Pymatooning High School Lakers 8 and the Mineral Ridge Rams 7. We're going to step aside for 60 seconds here on City View Sportscast. You are listening to the Bedurks Butcher Block High School Football Game of the Week. We are a proud part of the iMedia One Network.
Jesse's Dairy Cove is a hometown favorite, located at 3743 State Route 46, across from the gazebo in Mineral Ridge. Enjoy all of your favorite ice cream. We have over 32 hard scoop and over 40 soft serve favorites. We also have a large food menu, including homemade chili sauce, sloppy joes, pulled pork, fresh cut french fries, and mac and cheese. This fall, we'll start our homemade cookie and party trays. Visit our website at jessesdairycove.com to see our menu. At Jesse's Dairy Cove, we appreciate your business and wish good luck to the Rams.
Now back to the Bedurks Butcher Block High School Football Game of the Week on City View Sportscast.
Matt Lipsack and Matt Emscher with you. Joe Lane Stadium. Easy Whitaker Field, Mineral Ridge, Ohio. Bedurks Butcher Block High School Football Game of the Week. Pymatooning Valley with an 8-7 lead over the Mineral Ridge Rams. Here's we prepare to start the second quarter, presented by S&K Painting. Mineral Ridge with the ball at their own 20. 4 wide, twins each side, shotgun right. Herb's going to keep it, gets across the 20, maybe to the 22 on that second down carry. So 3rd and long, 3rd and 8 upcoming for the Rams. And not an ideal situation, Matt. You don't want to be in 3rd and long, but we know Herb can throw the ball and he can definitely run it.
Yeah, and, I think they're going to start to need to have him running the ball a little bit more.
Herb takes the snap, looks right, rolls right. Going to come around the corner. He's going to have to keep it to the sideline, but he's only going to get maybe 2 yards, and that is not near enough for the first down. Mineral Ridge going to be forced to punt, as it looks like they're only going to give him gain of 1 to the 25.
And, I was saying earlier, I'm extremely impressed with this defensive line and the linebacking core for Pie Valley. They have come to play tonight. They have been in their proper spots. They have everything down the way that they're supposed to, and they're shutting it down.
Punt is fielded by Cross, and he's got some room to work near the sideline. He's going to be forced out of bounds. Nice downfield tackle by number 44, Preston Holbrook, as that's a very nice return. That punt was fielded at the 40. And he got, 10? He got 17 yards on that return. So, unfortunately for Mineral Ridge, the net yards there on that punt is only about 16 or 17.
Let's be honest, Pie Valley, a team that struggles on and off, sometimes has good teams. They are out for blood today. They're playing extremely well against a very well-coached team in Mineral Ridge. And they're here to win, not to let them get beat up on.
Shotgun too tight. Twins left. Toss to Vickery off the shotgun snap. He's going to take it off left tackle. Get across the 40 and maybe to the 38-yard line. Maybe we'll call it the 39. So gain of about 4 there on first down. 2nd and 6 upcoming for the Lakers, as 1 minute has ticked past off the S&K Painting second quarter clock. Now they're actually only going to give him the 40 is where they spot the ball. So we'll call it 2nd and a long 8. Shotgun. Check that Vickery right up behind the line. Crossing and take the snap. He's going to go off left tackle. Gets to the second level. Makes the move. 35, 20. Down to the 10. Ryan Crossing on the quarterback draw. Picks up 29 or 30 yards. We'll see if they mark that 1st and goal for the Lakers. Timeout Rams will take it with them. 30-second timeout here at the Bedurks Butcher Block High School Football Game of the Week. City View Sportscast, iMedia One Network.
Jesse's Dairy Cove is a hometown favorite, located at 3743 State Route 46, across from the gazebo in Mineral Ridge. Enjoy all of your favorite ice cream. We have over 32 hard scoop and over 40 soft serve favorites. We also have a large food menu, including homemade chili sauce, sloppy joes, pulled pork, fresh cut french fries, and mac and cheese. This fall, we'll start our homemade cookie and party trays. Visit our website at jessesdairycove.com to see our menu. At Jesse's Dairy Cove, we appreciate your business and wish good luck to the Rams.
Back inside Joe Lane Stadium. 1st and 10 for Pie Valley at the Mineral Ridge 13-yard line. Crossan with a 27-yard gain before the timeout by Mineral Ridge. Brian Scherer can't be liking what he sees from his defense so far, and this is going to be the direct snap on the Wildcat to Vickery. He's going to go off right tackle and get down inside the 10. We'll call it the 7-yard line. Gain of 6, 2nd and 4 upcoming for Pymatuning Valley as they look to extend their lead back.
Yeah, on that right side, he enjoys running off of there. That's definitely where they're getting most of their big yards. That's definitely probably where their veterans are, and they're just extremely good at running from that right side.
Crossan takes the snap, fakes left, couldn't get up the middle as he is wrapped up by number 12, Matt Monet. And I think it's going to be a loss of 1. As Monet, lucky he didn't get called for a horse collar there on the quarterback as he tried to take the draw up the middle.
Yeah, they will throw him quick on that play, but, they didn't. And, it just takes one play from one of these defensive players to make a swing in how this game is going to go. And if you can hold them here from getting no points, that could be huge for the Rams.
Bunch formation. Crossan goes off left tackle, going to get down inside the 5. In fact, I think they're going to mark him at the 5. And it will be 4th down for the Lakers. Decision time upcoming for head coach Neil Crossan.
No, they're going.
And no decision at all. It's going to be Vickery taking the snap up the middle, off the right guard, and he got the first down. Vickery fell at the 2.
Yeah,
first and goal for the Lakers.
He just stayed up on his feet long enough to get to where he needed to be. And again, they like running to the inside on that right side.
Goal line, bunch left. Crossan trying to get up the middle, runs into the line. Rams are going to stop him and stand him up. They're going to mark him back at the 3, so loss of 1 as the Mineral Ridge defensive line held strong on that one as we're at 8:30 left in the S&K Painting second quarter. 8-7 Pie Valley, but looking to extend that lead.
When you have a really good year and you laid the wood, so to speak, to a number of these teams that you're playing again this year, they don't forget what you did to them last year. So you got a target painted on your back.
Crossan toss to Vickery off left side. Touchdown, Lakers. And Vickery just got across the goal line there. And with 8:03 left on that S&K Painting second quarter clock, we will check the Jesse's Dairy Cove scoreboard. And it says Pie Valley 14, Mineral Ridge 7. And I'm sure that Pie Valley will be going for 2 again.
Now, if they are going for 2, I did not discuss that, obviously, with Coach Shaner today. If they have an injury, possibly a kicker, if that's just not one of their strong points, I'm not aware of that.
3 wide. Man comes across in motion. And we have a procedure penalty upcoming. Looking to referee John Wolf for the indicator. False start on Pymatuning Valley. We're going to retry the try, but back at the 7.
Definitely could decide on possibly running this instead of trying to take a kick here or whatnot. So might stick with the same kind of rule of thumb, or they might, try and get and see if they can get that ball up in the air as well.
Well, it's not like the Mineral Ridge has shown defense has shown much resistance here on the past 2 drives. So it is going to be the shotgun. Twins to the left. Man comes across in motion to the right. Croston rolls to the right. Has a couple of men chasing him. That's Holbrook. Croston back to the left. He's at the 20. Back at the 24. Throwing it toward the goal line. It's dropped at the 5-yard line by Matthew Adkin, and the 2-point conversion is no good. So as we check the Jesse's Dairy Cove scoreboard, it says Pontotoc Valley 14 and Mineral Ridge 7. We're going to step aside for 60 seconds here on the Badurix Butcher Block High School Football Game of the Week, right here on City View Sportscast, part of the iMedia One Network.
Experience nature's bounty with Creation's Backyard. Elevate your health with the most nutrient-dense foods on earth. From farm to table, sustainably cultivated with care. Grown locally in Niles, Ohio with no chemicals or synthetics ever. Unlock your culinary creativity with Creation Backyard Microgreens. Convenient local delivery and pickup options available. Order now at creationsbackyard.com or call 330-282-7208.
With over 30 years of experience, Badurix Butcher Block in Mineral Ridge is a quality-driven company focused on great personal service. Our fresh meats are of the finest cut. We make a variety of burgers, sausages, and a full line of deli meats. Using our own smokehouse, we prepare different types of jerky, snack sticks, kibasi, bacon, hot dogs, and bone-in hams. When your tummy needs some relief, call 652-BEEF. That's 330-652-2333. Now back to the Badurix Butcher Block High School Football Game of the Week on City View Sportscast.
S&K Painting second quarter clock. Pontotoc Valley 14 and Mineral Ridge 7. As Ryan Croston prepares to kick it off from the 40-yard line. 40-yard scoring drive for Pontotoc Valley. Ty Vickery with the 3-yard touchdown run. 2-point conversion, no good. And Pontotoc Valley going to take a timeout off the kickoff here. Their first of the first half. And, you know, Matt, you and I were talking off the air. The Mineral Ridge defense, past couple of drives, just has not shown a whole lot of resistance here to the quarterback run of Pontotoc Valley. It's not like they don't see that every day in practice with Ian Erb.
Right. And it makes you wonder where the mindset is. And, again, you know, you're also saying different players. So where you're used to playing against guys that you practice with every day, that you get dressed every day with in the same locker room. Now you're seeing different guys who play differently, have a different attitude about it. So that really separates it. But I agree. They should be playing a little bit better considering there are some similarities there.
Let's take a quick check at the Jesse's Dairy Cove scoreboard. Poland 17, Salem nothing. 4 minutes left in the second quarter. South Range 22, Springfield nothing. 10:56 left in the second quarter as well. And Canton McKinley up 6-0 on Warren Harding. That game in the second quarter as well. Now crossing to the kick, and it's going to be a squibbler, going to bounce toward the far sideline and go out of bounds at the 39-yard line. They might spot the ball right there at the 39. As not one of the better kicks we've seen from Croston today. He's looked good off the tee.
Yeah, we've seen some poor kicks, unfortunately, but, you know, I am going to keep going back to it's game one. I personally will cut some slack to these young men, but as we move down to the regular season, getting normal for you and I, say game 2 and 3, I'm not going to be so nice if those things keep going on there.
We're actually going to give them 5 yards from where the ball went out of bounds. So 1st and 10 Mineral Ridge at their own 43-yard line. Urban the shotgun. Going to take it right up the middle. Ankle tackle right in the middle, and that was Vickery on the gain of 2 on the quarterback draw by Ian Erb.
You see spurts of greatness from some of these players. That defense from Pie Valley really has stepped it up so far in this week one matchup, and they're hungry for a win tonight.
Man comes across in motion. Erb back to pass, trying the wide receiver screen there is coming across the formation was number 9, Brady Balestrino, but we're going to get a procedure penalty. I think false start on Mineral Ridge, going to push them back 5. So 2nd and 13 upcoming for the Rams.
Definitely not something you want to see when you're moving the ball a little bit well, finally. But again, get it out of your system in week one and try and eke yourself a win if you can. Play ugly, but get that W.
2nd and 13, ball at their own 40. Sidecar to the right. Trips left for the Rams. Erb back to pass. Looking right. And he's going to unleash it. Has a man open. Recovering were the Lakers, and that might be picked off. It is picked off by the Lakers. Making the interception at the 15-yard line. Waiting for him to get up so I can get a number. And that's going to be Sean Crossan. And the Crossans have just been everywhere tonight, Matt.
Yeah, all night long having great game and being Johnny on the spot, especially right then. And like I said earlier, they're hungry right now. They have not forgotten what happened to them when they played them last year. They got embarrassed at home by these Rams, who, let's not forget, went to the playoffs and had a great season. So their number one thing to do this year, finish game number one with a beating of the Rams.
So Sean Crossan goes to the oven and takes out a turnover. Lakers get the ball at their own 15. Man comes across the formation. That is Sean Crossan taking the handoff. Gets to the 15, 16, spins off a tackle, and will get to the 19, maybe the 20. They're going to mark him at the 19 on the gain of 4. On a little bit of a jet sweep action as we tick inside of 7 minutes on the SNK Painting second quarter clock. It is Pie Valley 14 and Mineral Ridge 7.
And great pursuit on the part of the Rams. Everybody getting down the line of scrimmage quick. I love seeing that lateral shuffle out of those linemen and those interior linebackers. They just did a great job following the ball and getting on top of things.
2nd and 6 for the Lakers. Double tight left, pistol formation. Handoff going to go to Vickery. He's going to get through a hole and get to 23-yard line. Might be one short of the first down. Ian Erb on the tackle for Mineral Ridge as we hit 6 minutes left on the SNK Painting second quarter clock.
And again, what a great type of player to have, that you can focus on knowing that he can play on any side of the ball, even special teams. And when he plays, he can give you things that no one else can. So he's one of those very special ones that can play at any position and win it for you at any position.
Double tight left again. Shotgun sidecar left. Crossan rolls left, throws left, passes overthrown on 3rd and 1. Incomplete. Looking for brother Sean. And brother Sean, younger brother Sean, barking at the older brother. He was open. Don't get me wrong. He was open.
Right, and I witnessed it too. I was kind of holding it in until you let it out. And you know what? Regardless if they're brothers, you got to keep that down. You don't want to throw any negativism even at your brother out there. Keep it calm. We'll get it next time.
4th and 1. Ryan Crossan, the quarterback, back to punt. Crossan, the right-footed boot, and we're going to have a penalty just after the punt goes away. It was a high kick there by Crossan. It bounced at the 49, so not the greatest punt distance-wise, but procedure maybe going to bring this one back.
Yeah, too bad for the Rams that got called back.
I think that's a legal substitution on Mineral Ridge. Yes, illegal substitution. We're going to bring it back 5 yards, so 4th and 6 now.
4th and 6.
Setting up at the 45-yard line is Jonathan Rossi to field the punt. Now he's going to backtrack to the 49. Crossing to kick it. Low kick. Coming off to the right side. That's going to bounce at the 41 and go out of bounds.
He definitely heard footsteps on that play because he just got that off. And as Matt, as you saw, not only did he just get it off, he barely got it to the sidelines and not very high off the ground.
Low line drive kick, and they're going to give him a 2-yard bounce on that one. So, going to spot it at the 43 on what we'll call about a 23-yard punt. Much different than the 58-yard boomer he let off with his first punt on the first drive of the game for the Lakers. But here it is going to be Middle Ridge's ball on the plus side of the field as they look to tie the game. 5:19 left on the S&K Painting second quarter clock. Shotgun snap right up the middle, gets to the 40, cuts to the left, ran into his own blocker, gets down to the 30 and hauled down on the nice gain for Mineral Ridge as Ian Erb gets it down to the 27-yard line. We'll call it a gain of 16. And a first down for the Mineral Ridge Rams. And, Matt, that's a way to start a drive.
It is. And you know what I really like about him, not only his size and he runs angry, he puts his head down and he makes those defenders pay when they come up to try and hit him.
Shotgun twins to each side, sidecar left. That's Russell. Erb fakes the handoff, goes up the middle off left guard. Broke one tackle at the 25 and falls forward to about the 22 or 23-yard line. We'll call it a gain of 4, maybe 5. We'll see where they spot the ball.
I will say this, if he starts getting himself coming out of his stance a little bit lower and keeps a little bit lower stance even when he's running the ball, you're going to see him start to have that bowling ball effect where he is just bouncing off defenders, knocking them out of his way, and getting much more yardage on the play.
This time he's going to hand it off to Russell. He'll join the middle of the offensive line and fall forward toward the 20. I think they're going to mark him just short of the 20. Call it a gain of 1.5. 3rd and 3. Ball just shy of the 20-yard line. We'll call it a long 3, Matt, as we are inside of 4 minutes on the running S&K Painting second quarter clock. 14-7, Pie Valley as we check that Jesse's Dairy Cove scoreboard. 4 wide, twins to each side. Erb, shotgun snap, drops back to pass, but we're going to have, I think, a procedure penalty here on Mineral Ridge. False start called by the near line judge. And, Matt, that's going to drive Brian Sheener absolutely crazy.
Not only Brian, but the offensive line coach. And nothing makes an offensive line coach more angry than when you're moving the ball, you have a great thing going, and then all of a sudden you got to stop, move it back, and restart.
3rd and 9 for the Rams. Twins to each side, got one far right outside the boundary. Sidecar to the right, that's Russell. Erb checks the wristband. 6 on the play clock. Shotgun snap. Erb looks right, rolls right. Man coming off the corner on the blitz. That was crossing. He got away from it. Erb throwing toward the end zone. Touchdown! Man coming wide open across the middle. Brady Balestrino as Erb shrugged off the much smaller Sean Crossan at 160. And Ian Erb, he's got to be, probably has about 20 or 30 pounds on Sean Crossan, not to mention probably about 6 inches. And, you know, that might as well be Big Ben back there in the pocket with Sean Crossan coming off the corner blitz. Balestrino comes wide open, cuts the middle, followed his quarterback on the scramble drill, and just wide open there in the middle of the end zone for the Mineral Ridge touchdown.
What an amazing job. And like Big Ben, he was able to look over that whole offensive line, get the ball where he needed to get it. Oh, boy.
As the extra point is blocked, high snap, Erb was able to get it down, and that might have been Crossan on the block, as Sean Crossan, as he came off the corner. So with the extra point blocked, we check the Jesse's Dairy Cove scoreboard. It reads Pymatuning Valley 14 and Mineral Ridge 13 with 3:10 left in the S&K Painting second quarter. We're going to step aside for 60 seconds. You're listening to the Bedurks Butcher Block High School Football Game of the Week on City View Sportscast, part of the iMedia One Network.
If you are seeking a skilled photographer in Northeast Ohio with experience in capturing documentary-style photographs for various occasions such as family events, weddings, graduations, sporting events, and other special occasions, look no further than Colleen Moore Photography. Accessible via ColleenMoorePhotography.com, or she can be reached at 330-314-7547. Colleen sends her best wishes to the Mineral Ridge Rams for a fantastic season. Go Rams!
Now back to the Beduricks Butcher Block High School Football Game of the Week on CityView Sportscast. If you love history, head over to YouTube and check out Blogging Through History. Hosted by Mineral Ridge High School graduate Chris Mowery, Blogging Through History visits historic sites to explore not only the well-known figures and events of the past, but also compelling stories that maybe you've never heard before. Chris would also like to wish his niece Amira Emsch and the Mineral Ridge Rams the best of luck for a successful 2023 season.
Shining Stars Dance and Baton in Niles, Ohio is home to state, regional,
How great our sponsors are doing for us, and we thank them all for their sponsorship.
Shotgun snap. Nobody in the backfield for Ryan Cross. He gets around left tackle, gets into the secondary, and carries it to the 49-yard line. That is going to be a 15-yard gain for Pymatuning Valley and a first down.
Key is now the defense has to step it up. You want to go into the locker room at halftime doing something good. You don't want to, score, then turn the ball all the way over and let Pie Valley get some more points and keep it separated. Shut them down now. Get into the locker room for halftime. No more scores on the board.
Well, this isn't going to help matters as on the tackle, Mineral Ridge called for a face mask, and that's going to take it 15 yards. And I think they're going to spot the ball at the Mineral Ridge 36-yard line. So 1st and 10 for Pie Valley, who suddenly has something cooking here with 2:10 left on the S&K Painting second quarter clock. Shotgun, double tight, receiver to each side. Vickery with the wraparound handoff, only going to get about 2 as he's swallowed up by the middle of the defensive line. I think that's big number 58, Chase Moore on the tackle for the Rams, in fact, but it looks like they're actually going to give him 4. So 2nd and 6 upcoming for Pie Valley. Ball at the 33.5-yard line of Mineral Ridge as we are at 95 seconds left on that S&K Painting second quarter clock. Pie Valley needs to maybe move with a little more urgency here, Matt.
I agree. I'd speed it up if I was them, start putting the ball in the air a little bit.
Trips right. It looks like Crossan may do just that as he looks right, throws right. Vickery with the catch as they try a little wide receiver screen. He breaks one tackle, breaks another, gets inside the 20, breaks a third tackle to the 15, and that's where Mineral Ridge is going to tie him up on a gain of about 18.
The one thing that I'm a little surprised about with Coach Chet Allen as the coordinator is some of the poor tackling that we've seen in this first half. You got to wrap them up. You got to put them down when you make the hit.
Crossan takes a shotgun snap. Will go and run it himself off the left side. Pick up about 3, maybe 4 down to the 12 or 13-yard line. And I think as we tick inside a minute, I think Neil Crossan's going to take his second timeout of the first half. We will take it with him. Back in 30 seconds, you're listening to the Berderks Butcher Block High School Football Game of the Week on City View Sportscast, part of the iMedia One Network.
W&M Quality Roofing LLC is an insured and bonded Mahoning Valley family-owned roofing business. At W&M, we treat your roof and home as if it's our very own. Give us a call at 330-647-0610 for a free estimate. Did you get damage from the latest storm? We also offer financing and specialists for insurance claims. For professional and efficient service, call W&M Quality Roofing at 330-647-0610.
Back inside the Berderks Butcher Block High School Football Game of the Week. Pie Valley driving, trying to extend their lead. They're up 14-13, 54 seconds left on the S&K Painting second quarter clock. 2nd and 7, ball at the 12. Crossan brings his brother in motion. Going to fake the handoff, take it up the middle himself, but he ran into his own blocker, and he might only get to the 10. We'll call it a gain of 2. 3rd down upcoming, 45 seconds on this ticking S&K Painting second quarter clock.
And, you know, this is the time when you got to dig down deep, regardless if you have halftime ahead of you. This is not the third or the fourth quarter, but it's just as important. You don't want to let that other team get any more points to go in at halftime with some positiveness on under their belt. Shut them down.
3rd and 5, and we know that Pie Valley will probably go to it as Crossan rolls right, throws right, pass is caught by his brother, breaks a tackle, gets inside the 5 to the 3. Crossan signaling for timeout, and we'll see if he got enough for the first down. In fact, he got inside the 5, so he did. It will be 1st and goal with 12 seconds left in the second quarter. And that was the last time out of the half for Pymatuning Valley. Again, 12 seconds left on this S&K Painting second quarter clock. And the Jesse's Dairy Cove scoreboard reads Lakers 14, Rams 13. Here in week 1, you're listening to Matt Lipsack and Matt Emch. And the Berderks Butcher Block High School Football Game of the Week. We are so happy to be with you here on City View Sportscast, part of the iMedia One Network. And, Matt, we've had quite the game so far.
We have. This has been a beautiful night weather-wise, but we have been watching smacking, great offensive and defensive play, and even excellent third phase of the game, special teams play.
Off the Pie Valley timeout. Going to bring it out with trips left, double tight right. Crossan in the shotgun. Going to take the draw around the right side, gets across the 5, breaks the tackle, gets to the 3, and toward the sideline, but he didn't get out of bounds. And I think that's going to do it. Mineral Ridge stands tall as the S&K Painting second quarter clock shows 0-0. Neil Crossan, head coach of the Pie Valley Lakers, all kinds of fired up as his team failed to score. Quarterback failed to get out of bounds, and that cost them points here at the end of the second quarter.
Yeah, he's doing some on-the-field, quote-unquote, coaching, more yelling, but I'll say it the nice way. And you know what, even though it's the first game, you got to learn, you know, this is what you do when you got this much time left. You have to put it together the right way, because if this is down the road at the end of the year, this could be a game that means you going to the playoffs or staying home.
And Matt, honestly, I'm surprised with 12 seconds left. You know, maybe you throw a pass on first down and then maybe look at a run on second.
I agree.
So the S&K Painting second quarter has come to an end as we look at the Jesse's Dairy Cove scoreboard at halftime here at Joan Lane Stadium, Easy Whitaker Field. The Pymatuning Valley High School Lakers with 14 and the Mineral Ridge High School Rams with 13. we are going to step aside for a timeout. You are listening to the Bedurks Butcher Block High School Football Game of the Week on City View Sportscast, part of the iMedia One Network.
Matt Emsch with Coach Brian Shaner of the Mineral Ridge Rams going into their season opener tonight against Pymatuning Valley. 2022 results, 8-3. Yes, they did.
SNK, painting your house today. SNK, painting your house
SNK Painting provides exceptional painting and refinishing services to the Mahoning Valley and surrounding communities by being an industry leader in our field, focusing on customer service and delivering extraordinary results. We offer interior and exterior painting, and we specialize in cabinet refinishing with affordable cabinet solution. Call SNK Painting for your free estimate at 330-505-1910.
SNK, painting your house today.
If you love history, head over to YouTube and check out Blogging Through History. Hosted by Mineral Ridge High School graduate Chris Mowery, Blogging Through History visits historic sites to explore not only the well-known figures and events of the past, but also compelling stories that maybe you've never heard before. Chris would also like to wish his niece Amira Emsch and the Mineral Ridge Rams the best of luck for a successful 2023 season.
If you are seeking a skilled photographer in Northeast Ohio with experience in capturing documentary-style photographs for various occasions such as family events, weddings, graduations, sporting events, and other special occasions, look no further than Colleen Moore Photography. Accessible via ColleenMoorePhotography.com, or she can be reached at 330-314-7547. Colleen sends her best wishes to the Mineral Ridge Rams for a fantastic season. Go Rams!
With over 30 years of experience, Bedurks Butcher Block in Mineral Ridge is a quality-driven company focused on great personal service. Our fresh meats are of the finest cut. We make a variety of burgers, sausages, and a full line of deli meats. Using our own smokehouse, we prepare different types of jerky, snack sticks, kibasi, bacon, hot dogs, and bone-in hams. When your tummy needs some relief, call 652-BEEF. That's 330-652-2333. Now back to the Bedurks Butcher Block High School Football Game of the Week on City View Sportscast.
Back inside Joe Lane Stadium, Easy Whitaker Field here in Mineral Ridge, Ohio. Matt Lipsack and Matt Emsch here with you. Bedurks Butcher Block High School Football Game of the Week here at halftime. As we check the Jesse's Dairy Cove scoreboard, Pie Valley 14 and Mineral Ridge 13. And Matt, as we look at the first half, really a history of big plays. It can really kind of sticking out for me. A couple of big passes by Mineral Ridge, one for the touchdown, one for a big gain that led to a touchdown, and then a couple of turnovers each way as well.
Yeah, again, I don't want to be repetitive over and over, but I have to. It's game one. You're going to expect mistakes. The coaches know that they're going to be teaching in the game one just like they were when they were in scrimmages. Of course, there's a lot more on the line with game one than a scrimmage, but you're going to have mistakes, and this is when to do it. It also is a key and a sign of a good program and good coaches and athletes that's playing for those coaches if they listen to the mistakes that they've made, especially tomorrow in films when they get beat up, and they correct those mistakes and they don't repeat them again. And that's how you become those better teams. That's how you become that team that everybody wants to be a part of as the year goes on, or next season somebody goes from another school and says, I want to be a part of Coach Shaner's program at Mineral Ridge instead of being at, well, let's say their rival McDonald, somebody like that. So, they're going to see mistakes. They're going to replace those mistakes with corrections, and it's exciting, and it's going to be fun watching this all season long, you and I, since we're here for the whole long ride, and I am super excited. And I have to throw something in here, Matt, right now. One of the things I am super excited about and very proud of is I get to see halftime, and the reason I'm excited about that is because my daughter Amira Zandra Emsch is going to be a freshman this upcoming year at Mineral Ridge, and she is the feature twirler, one of the first in the last 40 years, almost 40 years at Mineral Ridge High School. She's the only one. She's right down there in the center. You see her with the white, on, and I can't wait to be watching her as we're sitting up here. We have a great view, and I'm not going to miss to see my baby, and I'm just so excited, and I'm very thankful that I get to call games again. I get to call them with you, and I get to see my baby perform on the field. What's better?
An absolutely just gorgeous night here at Joe Lane Stadium in Mineral Ridge, Ohio, as the sun starts to set to the west. As
Easy Whitaker Field. It's a beautiful place.
And I'm glad the sun is setting because it has been in our faces the entire first half. So maybe.
And look at that sun. It's just absolutely gorgeous.
It's a picturesque evening, Chamber of Commerce evening here in Mineral Ridge, Ohio. I don't know what it is. And Matt, I love to see it. The kicker, Landon Powell, lining up with the band with a trumpet in his hand. Absolutely to see it.
Yeah, and you know what? You see a lot of things that happen sometimes where, players are not allowed to be part of the band, even though the band is short, and they get credit for being on the band, even though they're playing football. Well, they allow that to occur, from what I believe, at least at Pie Valley. I'm not so sure it's allowed at the moment here at Mineral Ridge, but I do see one out there. So apparently some of the rules had changed before the season started. I heard that wasn't allowed, but what a joy it is to see it, because, that's a love for them as well, and that's something they want to be a part of, and I applaud them for doing that.
15, better part of 15 years spent with a trumpet in my hand between Riverside High School in Elwood City, Pennsylvania, and Youngstown State University, part of the Marching Pride there at YSU. As we'll take a look at the Jesse's Dairy Cove scoreboard again. 14-13, Pie Valley over Mineral Ridge here at Joe Lane Stadium. We've got the text chain going from Studio Central back in Struthers. Get some scores from our iMedia One family of networks. South Range 28, Springfield 7. That game approaching the half. Poland 24 and Salem nothing. That game also approaching halftime, and I believe that Warren Harding has gone up 7-6 on Canton McKinley as that game approached halftime. We're going to go ahead and step aside for 3 minutes here on City View Sportscast, part of the iMedia One Network, as we are at halftime here at Joe Lane Stadium. You are listening to the Bedurks Butcher Block High School Football Game of the Week.
Jesse's Dairy Cove is a hometown favorite, located at 3743 State Route 46, across from the gazebo in Mineral Ridge. Enjoy all of your favorite ice cream. We have over 32 hard scoop and over 40 soft serve favorites. We also have a large food menu, including homemade chili sauce, sloppy joes, pulled pork, fresh cut french fries, and mac and cheese. This fall, we'll start our homemade cookie and party trays. Visit our website at jessesdairycove.com to see our menu. At Jesse's Dairy Cove, we appreciate your business and wish good luck to the Rams.
Shining Stars Dance and Baton in Niles, Ohio is home to state, regional, national, and international world champions. They offer a wide variety of classes for ages 2.5 and up for boys and girls. Celebrating over 31 years in business, the excellent staff of instructors will help take your baton twirling skills to the next level. Shining Stars would like to wish all the cheerleaders, dance line, band, feature twirler Amira, and players a successful season. Go Rams! Experience nature's bounty with Creations Backyard. Elevate your health with the most nutrient-dense foods on earth. From farm to table, sustainably cultivated with care. Grown locally in Niles, Ohio with no chemicals or synthetics ever. Unlock your culinary creativity with Creation Backyard Microgreens. Convenient local delivery and pickup options available. Order now at creationsbackyard.com or call 330-282-7208.
If you are seeking a skilled photographer in Northeast Ohio with experience in capturing documentary-style photographs for various occasions such as family events, weddings, graduations, sporting events, and other special occasions, look no further than Colleen Moore Photography. Accessible via ColleenMoorePhotography.com, or she can be reached at 330-314-7547. Colleen sends her best wishes to the Mineral Ridge Rams for a fantastic season. Go Rams!
With over 30 years of experience, Madurix Butcher Block in Mineral Ridge is a quality-driven company focused on great personal service. Our fresh meats are of the finest cut. We make a variety of burgers, sausages, and a full line of deli meats. Using our own smokehouse, we prepare different types of jerky, snack sticks, kibasi, bacon, hot dogs, and bone-in hams. When your tummy needs some relief, call 652-BEEF. That's 330-652-2333. Now back to the Madurix Butcher Block High School Football Game of the Week on City View Sportscast.
Back inside Jolene Stadium, Easy Whitaker Field in Mineral Ridge, Ohio. We are at halftime. As we check the Jesse's Dairy Cove scoreboard, it is Pie Valley 14 and Mineral Ridge 13. Did see one other score from last night here in the Mahoning Valley Athletic Conference. That was Jackson Milton shutting out Matthews 27-0.
This one. And if you see, maybe we have the Ursuline score from last night, what that final was by chance.
I can dig into that. I know my high school back in North Canton, Hoover, up 10-7 over Akron Butchell. That game also at halftime. Let me see if I can get a quick look at
Steubenville and Ursuline's a giant rivalry. It's a giant game, and I just hope my Irish took care of business. They were at the end of the Niles Howland game when we were leaving, when it was almost like a tornado last night. But Ursuline seemed to be taking care of business. I just didn't follow to see who won.
And that was the Fighting Irish prevailing over the Big Red by the score of 36-28. Game played at Stambaugh Stadium. A place very near and dear to both of our hearts.
Yes. And, you know, when I played at Ursuline, that was our home field all 4 years. So me going from, you know, playing all of my high school games varsity-wise at YSU Field to going right into playing Youngstown State football there at that field, and obviously coming in as a freshman, and we went to 4 straight national championships, won 3 out of 4, and it just was always special being at that field, and it holds a special place in my heart. I met my wife there. She was a majorette, and we wouldn't have my daughter Amira, who's out on the field right now as a feature twirler.
My years at YSU were 2004 to 2009, was a member of the Marching Pride for the first 3 seasons I was at YSU. We got to make road trips to Pitt. We got to make a road trip to Penn State, it was still the Gateway Football Conference back then, part of a conference title in 2006, a very nice playoff run, as well as I believe they went to the national semifinal that year. And then, of course, maybe 4 or 5 years ago, YSU ended up in the national title game against James Madison, and that, of course, did not go well.
No. Was that Pitt game that you refer to, the one that YSU beat Pitt in that game?
No, the one that I went to was, I think, in 06, maybe. Yeah, it was 06 because it was my 3rd year.
Okay.
My last year with the March. No, check that. It was in 05. So it was my 2nd year with the Marching Pride. My 3rd year, we went to Penn State. That was the year that YSU lost to Pitt, but then I think about 5 years later was right after I graduated. YSU went down to what was then Heinz Field, now Acrisure Stadium. YSU beat Pitt. I believe Tino Sinceri was the quarterback for the Pitt Panthers that season.
They had some excellent players. You know, Coach Narduzzi has really done a fabulous job there at Pitt, and he still is. And unless they play some of the teams that I truly love, I cheer for Coach Dews, and I love seeing a local guy doing very well in a big-time conference.
And of course, grew up Penn State fans in my household. where my mother and sister both went to college. So not a whole lot of love for Pitt in my household. But if I remember that game that YSU won against Pitt, isn't that also the game that James Conner tore his ACL and was out for the season?
Yes. Yeah.
So a double whammy there for YSU over Pitt.
Yeah, it really was. And you never wish that upon anybody, and I've had, to date in my lifetime 26 surgeries, 11 of them knee surgeries, and I would never ever wish any of those on anyone for that, because when you lose playing the game that you love so much, it's second nature to you. It's what you breathe and eat and believe is that sport. And then you have a knee injury and you lose it for at least a year. There's nothing like losing it. It's just there's no consolation there. And it was nice to at least see him come back and be able to play a little bit after he got injured. But you felt for the kid. But it was just enough for the Penguins to shut him down and get that win. And boy, was that a huge win for Coach and for the Penguins to win that game at Heinz Field.
So we're ticking toward 3 minutes and 30 seconds left on halftime. So we will wrap up our halftime report here at Joe Lane's Stadium. We'll step aside for 3 minutes, and we will have third quarter action when we return to the Bederic's Butcher Block High School Football Game of the Week here on City View Sportscast, part of the iMedia One Network.
Jesse's Dairy Cove is a hometown favorite, located at 3743 State Route 46, across from the gazebo in Mineral Ridge. Enjoy all of your favorite ice cream. We have over 32 hard scoop and over 40 soft serve favorites. We also have a large food menu, including homemade chili sauce, sloppy joes, pulled pork, fresh cut french fries, and mac and cheese. This fall, we'll start our homemade cookie and party trays. Visit our website at jessesdairycove.com to see our menu. At Jesse's Dairy Cove, we appreciate your business and wish good luck to the Rams.
SNK, painting your house today. SNK, painting your house
SNK Painting provides exceptional painting and refinishing services to the Mahoning Valley and surrounding communities by being an industry leader in our field, focusing on customer service and delivering extraordinary results. We offer interior and exterior painting, and we specialize in cabinet refinishing with affordable cabinet solutions. Call SNK Painting for your free estimate at 330-505-1910.
SNK, painting your house today.
If you love history, head over to YouTube and check out Blogging Through History. Hosted by Mineral Ridge High School graduate Chris Mowery, Blogging Through History visits historic sites to explore not only the well-known figures and events of the past, but also compelling stories that maybe you've never heard before. Chris would also like to wish his niece Amira Emsch and the Mineral Ridge Rams the best of luck for a successful 2023 season. Now back to the Bederic's Butcher Block High School Football Game of the Week on City View Sportscast.
Shining Stars Dance and Baton in Niles, Ohio is home to state, regional, national, and international world champions. They offer a wide variety of classes for ages 2.5 and up for boys and girls. Celebrating over 31 years in business, the excellent staff of instructors will help take your baton twirling skills to the next level. Shining Stars would like to wish all the cheerleaders, dance line, band, feature twirler Amira, and players a successful season. Go Rams!
Back inside Joe Lane Stadium, Easy Whitaker Field in Mineral Ridge, Ohio, the Badurks Butcher Block High School Football Game of the Week here on City View Sportscast, part of the iMedia One Network, as the teams are out of the locker room and starting their stretching before we begin the third quarter. Pie Valley with a 1-point lead, 14-13, and we have another look at the Jesse's Dairy Cove scoreboard. We'll try to get you some scores from around the Youngstown area. Youngstown East, 14-13 over Cheney. That game went final yesterday. Poland up 24-0 on Salem. Hubbard up 3-0 on Youngstown East. Southern local with a 14-12 lead over McDonald. Kenston all over Boardman 33-6. Canfield with a 17-6 lead over West Branch. Struthers with a 22-14 lead over Beaver Local. United with a 21-7 lead over Waterloo. Canton McKinley and Warren Harding tied at 14 at the half. Newton Falls 42, East Palestine 12, also at the half. Camel Memorial all over St. Thomas Aquinas 30-0 as that game approaches halftime.
Somebody that the Rams are going to be seeing later this season as well.
Norwayne 35, Brookfield 7, Lake with a 7-0 lead over Alliance. And Matt, we'll take one more look at the first half before we put it in the books. And really, the turnovers, Mineral Ridge turned the one turnover into points. I believe that the one turnover that Ridge had, the interception by Herb, Mineral Ridge able to get the stop and then immediately scored a touchdown off of that. So the touchdown ended up not hurting Mineral Ridge as much, as Pie Valley is going to receive this second half kickoff. But, really, story of big plays, a couple of nice pass plays by Ian Erb, and then also a lot of big runs by Ryan Crossan. As I get an update from Dave Ferris back in Studio Central, Poland now up 31-0 over Salem, and those poor guys still just a few points short of the running third quarter clock.
Yeah, it's about time that Poland started playing like their old selves. I was looking through, the high school preview, and I saw some really impressive athletes that Coach has over there. And, that's Coach's brother from Canfield, and you have a lot of good genetics in that family pumping out teams, and it'll be exciting to see if Poland can do what they used to do. But I'm more interested right now to see what Coach Shaner and the defensive staff, like Coach Chet Allen, has put together here. I believe they can shut this team down, get angry, and show what they're really made of. And this is what it's all about. You have 2 quarters left. Who wants it more?
As the Friday night lights now in full effect here at Joe Lane Stadium, the sun has set, the lights are on, and Landon Powell prepares to kick us off to start the second half. Just waits for the signal from referee John Wolf. There it is. Roll for initiative, third quarter underway. This kick is low. It bounces at the 24, rolls to the 20, going to be picked up by the Lakers there. They'll get it to the 25, where they are swallowed up by the special teams unit of the Mineral Ridge Rams. Pie Valley going to put it into play. 1st and 10, ball at their own 25.
Chet Allen had such a great program going at Liberty when he was a head coach. He always hung his hat on his defense, and he's very proud when it comes to that defense. So I really have a belief right now that he went in at halftime. He gave them a little piece of their mind. I think a little more than just a little piece. And I think you're going to see them step it up and start to slap some heads around.
Ball at the 25. Double tight. Pistol formation. Crossing gets snapped, going to hand it off to Vickery. Going to go right up the middle. And we'll call it a gain of 3. Tackled by the middle of that defensive line for Ridge. In fact, I think coming off the bottom of that pile might be Ian Erb.
Yeah, Ian Erb did a great job on that play. Also, those inner defensive linemen got down real low. They cut the knees out of those guards and center. They made it easier for that linebacking core to get in there and get some shots going.
Shotgun again, sidecar left. Double tight, 2 wide receivers, 1 to each side. Crossan, back to pass, looks left, throws left, overthrew his man in, overthrew the defensive back as well, as that one falls incomplete. Looking for, I believe that's brother Sean downfield, and down in coverage was Ethan Pemberton.
Yeah, Pemberton definitely had a better shot at getting that. It was just well over both of their heads. And, lucky for Pymatuning Valley that it was, because he was in a much better position of maybe even picking that one off if it was just a little bit shorter.
So 3rd and 8 for the Lakers. Ball at their own 27-yard line. Just 45 seconds gone here in the 3rd quarter. Trips right, shotgun, sidecar left for Pie Valley. They're going to bring him in motion to the near side left. And the flag. Delay a game upcoming on Pymatuning Valley, so we're going to mark it off by 5. It'll be 3rd and 13 for the Lakers.
And it's little things like that, to start the second half. You see those Rams clapping, and they're excited. It's the little things that start to pick up as you move on toward the 4th quarter. Less mistakes by the team that wasn't doing too well in the first half, being the Rams, and then the team that was putting it together getting shut down and starting to make mental mistakes in terms of Pie Valley.
3 wide receivers, twins to the far side right. Shotgun snap, crossing back, looks left. Man coming up the middle, Crossing going to break the pocket. He's going to run 25-30, stood up by a man there, and gang tackled at the 31-yard line. First one on him was Pemberton, and Mineral Ridge able to get the stop on 3rd and long. It's going to be 4th and 4 upcoming for the Lakers. Ball at the 31.
Yeah, the senior wide receiver, defensive back, stuck his nose in there and gave him a nice shot. Yeah, he's a little undersized compared to who he tried to take down, but I guarantee you he's feeling it after that shot Pemberton put on top of him.
And Crossan back to punt. Right-footed kicker gets it away. Bounces at the 39. Then again at the 30, and going to let it roll was Balestrino, and it's touched by the Lakers at the 21-yard line.
Not bad field position. They could have got a much better roll out of it if he would have put a little more leg into it. Their special teams has not been especially good or anything to write home about. So as the season goes for Pie Valley, they're going to have to really, work on that 3rd phase of the game. But in terms of this one, this is where you start making things happen, and it all starts up front with that offensive line right now.
We're going to call it a 42-yard punt, and Mineral Ridge going to put it in action 1st and 10 at the 22. Trips left in the shotgun. Herb going to take it right up the middle himself, break 1 tackle, get to the 23 before he has a couple of Lakers defenders fall on top of him, bottom of the pile for the Lakers. Number 54, Landon Paul, returning letter winner, the junior, 5'10", 185.
And again, some of them are undersized compared to some of those big offensive linemen for the Rams, but they are staying at home. They are doing what they're supposed to do with their assignments. They're taught very well. Their coaches have done a great job in preseason, and I'm impressed with them thus far.
Trips left for the Rams. Herb to take the shotgun snap. Looks left. Throws left. Caught on the diving catch. Brady Balestrino. And that might be right at the marker. In fact, they are going to give Mineral Ridge the first down.
Yes, sir. And you know what? Let's just focus on that right now, Matt. Forget about going home run every single play. Let's focus on getting that first down, that fresh set of downs. 10 here, 5 there, 6 there. Then get down by the goal line and pump it in. Milk that clock, start taking away from them.
And we've got a running clock now in Salem as Poland up 38-0 on the Quakers as Herb takes the direct snap and quarterback draw. Going to pick up about 6 as he gets up near the 39-yard line before about 4 Lakers jump on him and wrestle him to the ground. So 2nd and 4 upcoming, maybe even 2nd and 3 upcoming for Mineral Ridge as we are inside of 9 minutes left on that S&K Painting 3rd quarter clock. Herb checks with the sidelines, trip left, sidecar right in the shotgun. Hands it off to Russell, up the middle, got submarined at the 39, and that might be a no gain on the play. Nice penetration there by the Pymatuning Valley defensive line. So 3rd and 3 upcoming for Mineral Ridge. No huddle for the Rams. Herb checks with the sideline, makes some hand signals. Still trips left. Sidecar right. Herb takes the snap, showing blitz are the Lakers. Herb looks right, throws right. It's Balestrino. Caught at the 47-yard line. That's going to be a gain of 8 and a first down for Mineral Ridge as they keep the drive going.
And you see Coach is frustrated again. Like I said last time, don't worry about the home run hits. You don't have to throw 15 to 30-yard pumps to the end zone. Just focus on those new fresh set of downs.
Herb hands it off to Russell on the read option. No, he kept it. He's going to come to the near sideline. Lowers his shoulder at the 49, dives across the 50. And we'll see where they mark him. Tackle by Adkins for the Lakers. They're going to mark him right at midfield. Gain of 3. 2nd and 7 for Mineral Ridge. 7:30 left on the clock.
And, he's a big boy, and he puts his head down. He makes those defensive players pay for coming up and trying to tackle him.
Trips left again, sidecar left, read option, hand off to Russell. Makes one miss at the 50, tries to get to the outside. Great pursuit there by number 42 for Pie Valley. 42, unfortunately, we don't have him on the roster to give him credit. No. But that was a great tackle there on Russell.
Yeah, I was trying to find it for him. He did a good job there, at least showed some really good lateral movement and good foot quickness getting to the ball carrier, and did a good job on that play.
3rd and 3, ball at the 36-yard line of Pie Valley. Herb shotgun, trips left, sidecar right. Looks right, throws right, and caught. Great work by Balestrino there to break a tackle at the 36. He got down to the 32. Big gain of 9 yards.
Brady Balestrino, the junior wide receiver defensive back, great play. He just tore it up on that play.
He high-pointed that ball, Matt, because that was a tight window. Great coverage by Matt Atkins, but Balestrino able to rip that away from him. And here's going to be the read option handoff up the middle. Goes Russell, breaks one tackle, puts an arm down, keeps himself going to the 25. Maybe they're even going to give him the 24 on a gain of 8. 2nd and 2 upcoming from Mineral Ridge as they have a little bit of momentum going here.
Yeah, Jacob Russell is a tough one. I would not want to be one of those Pie Valley defensive backs coming up trying to make a stop on him, because he puts his head down, and he also, just like Herb, makes them pay for it when they come up.
Russell off, Rohrman on for the running backs. Sidecar left, trips left. Herb to take the shotgun snap. He's going to take a rap the middle himself. Nice block there by the running back that came in. That was Rohrman, as Herb went right up the middle. Huge hole off left guard. And he's going to get down inside the 15. I think they're going to mark him at the 14, maybe the 13. No, check that. They're going to mark him at the 16 on a gain of 9. First down, Mineral Ridge.
A little worried about 62, Zach Stacy, the senior, the offensive lineman, limping a little bit. Hopefully it's just a little easy one that he can shake off in between plays.
Another quarterback draw for Herb as he tried to go off left guard into the B gap. We'll call it a gain of 2 as we tick down inside of 5 minutes and 20 seconds left on the S&K third quarter clock. Pie Valley still with a 1-point lead, 14-13. Trips left, sidecar right. A little bit of a jump there by Pie Valley defensive line. And I believe that was number 62, Brendan Moore, as he was the one who stood up and smacked himself in the helmet afterwards.
Yeah, he called on himself. At least he's mature enough to say it's my fault, my bad. And the best way to take care of a situation like that is on the next play, make a big one and make up for the mistake that you did.
2nd and a long 2. Here's the wraparound handoff to Rohrman. Breaks one tackle, gets inside the 5, and that's where he's going to bounce, just inside the 5-yard line. And a 1st and goal for Mineral Ridge.
Now they are starting to play like that Mineral Ridge team that all of these fans in these stands saw do so many times last year with that 8-3 team. They're playing very well. They made their adjustments at halftime. Again, that's a sign of a good coaching staff and good, smart players.
Low snap, Herb able to handle it. Makes a man miss the 5, gets inside the 3. Great work there by Herb on the quarterback draw to get a low snap, Matt. And he did a great job to handle it. Going to be second and goal at, we will call it the 3-yard line.
And again, also, Matt, you look at the situation, you got somebody like him who can run the ball, tear it up any way he wants to when it gets handed off to him, or he can run quarterback. What a dangerous player to do whatever you need him to do.
Direct snap to Herb again. Makes a juke, gets up the middle toward the goal line. No, just short.
Oh, I thought that was in.
Third and less than one, upcoming third and goal. Ball inside the 1-yard line as we are inside 4 minutes on the S&K Painting third quarter clock. And, Matt, I don't think anybody but Ian Herb is taking this ball right here as Pie Valley tries to pack the middle of the line. There's the handoff. Herb around the edge, untouched. Touchdown, Mineral Ridge.
Great job. Long, just great time and timing by this offensive line. Long time, took many minutes off the clock. Sorry there. They milked it. That is what I love seeing in the third and fourth quarter. I always talk about milking of that clock, and they just had that long milking going on there. And, oh, man, that can just really take a lot out of a defense.
2-point conversion try, shotgun. Twins to each side, sidecar left. Herb looks right, throws right. Looks like he's going to run. Vickery on him, throws it to the back of the end zone. Caught, 2-point conversion is good. Brady Balestrino.
Completely different team, Matt, in this second half than what we saw in the first. And again, like I said a few minutes ago, that's a sign of not only a great coaching staff, but a very coachable team who listened to the changes that were made and look at how well they're playing.
I mean, Brian Shaner all the way out at the far hash mark to greet his team as they came off the field. Shaner's fired up. We're going to step aside for 30 seconds here on the Buttericks Butcher Block High School Football Game of the Week on CityView Sportscast, part of the iMedia One Network.
With over 30 years of experience, Buttericks Butcher Block in Mineral Ridge is a quality-driven company focused on great personal service. Our fresh meats are of the finest cut. We make a variety of burgers, sausages, and a full line of deli meats. Using our own smokehouse, we prepare different types of jerky, snack sticks, kibasi, bacon, hot dogs, and bone-in hams. When your tummy needs some relief, call 652-BEEF. That's 330-652-2333. Now back to the Buttericks Butcher Block High School Football Game of the Week on CityView Sportscast.
Nice long scoring drive for Mineral Ridge ends in an Ian Herb 1-yard touchdown run. And with 3:31 left on the S&K Painting third quarter clock, the Jesse's Dairy Cove scoreboard reads Mineral Ridge 21 and Pymatuning Valley 14. Landon Powell to kick it off from the 40. As Mineral Ridge attacks left to right here in the third quarter. Powell, the right-footed boot. Nice high kick fielded by Sean Crossan at the 10-yard line. Crossan up the middle to the 20, cuts to the right, trying to get around the corner. Got to the 25, and we'll call it maybe the 26-yard line. 16-yard return on the kick. Lakers to put it into play. 1st and 10 at the 26-yard line.
Now, this is the time, again, where Chet Allen's defense needs to step it up. They need to shut it down right away, get the ball back in the hands of that offense, and add some more points. Show them what you're made of. Show them that team from last year is not gone. We only lost 5 leaders, great leaders, but there's still the whole team basically is left, and we're not here to play games. We're here to beat some butt, take you behind the woodshed.
And, of course, Pie Valley putting up a much more competitive game than the season opener last year when it was 41-8. Right now, it's Mineral Ridge with a 7-point lead on the Jesse's Dairy Cove scoreboard. 1st and 10, they're actually going to spot it at the 25. Shotgun, Twins left. Crossing, quarterback draw. Not going to get back to the line of scrimmage as he is swallowed up by the defensive line of Mineral Ridge.
Very impressive as you and I watched the scrimmage the last time we saw the last one, how well that interior defensive line was playing and that interior inside linebacking core was playing. They're doing the same thing that we saw in that scrimmage right now, and they're getting meaner as the game goes on. They're starting to pin their ears back, and Coach Chet is starting to send them on some slants, on some great plays here, and they're just having fun.
They're going to give him the line of scrimmage, so 2nd and 10. Croston rolling left. Man came in up the middle. He spins away from it, gets back toward the line of scrimmage, then he's tackled from behind. Maybe just a gain of 1. I believe that is number 58, Chase Moore. As it is 21-14 here. Yep. Mineral Ridge over Pymatuning Valley as we tick toward 2 minutes left in the third quarter on that SNK painting clock, the Jesse's Dairy Cove scoreboard. We're going to call it 3rd and 8. Ball at the 27-yard line for Pymatuning Valley.
And it was Chase Moore. And again, another young guy, just like I spoke to today on the interview with Coach Shaner, talking about all these young men that are playing so well above being their age. 10th grade, that kid's playing like a junior or a young senior. So you don't have young guys playing right now. You have maybe age-wise young guys playing in positions that they're not used to playing, but they're playing like veterans.
And, excuse me, timeout Pie Valley as Sean Crossan looks like he's down with a cramp. We're going to step aside for 30 seconds. You're listening to the Bedurks Butcher Block High School Football Game of the Week on CityView Sportscast, part of the iMedia One Network.
SNK, painting your house today. SNK, painting your house
SNK Painting
today.
provides exceptional painting and refinishing services to the Mahoning Valley and surrounding communities by being an industry leader in our field, focusing on customer service and delivering extraordinary results. We offer interior and exterior painting, and we specialize in cabinet refinishing with affordable cabinet solution. Call SNK Painting for your free estimate at 330-505-1910.
SNK, painting your house today.
Now back to the Bedurks Butcher Block High School Football Game of the Week on CityView Sportscast.
Back inside Joe Lane Stadium, Easy Whitaker Field in Mineral Ridge, Ohio. You're listening to the Bedurks Butcher Block High School Football Game of the Week. Matt Lipsack and Matt Emsch here with you on CityView Sportscast, part of the iMedia One Network. We have 1:49 seconds left on the SNK Painting third quarter clock. The Jesse's Dairy Cove scoreboard tells me that Mineral Ridge has a 21-14 lead over Pymatuning Valley. Sean Crossan, running back, wide receiver, defensive back for the Lakers, is down with what looks like a cramp to his right leg. He's being stretched out by the training staff of Mineral Ridge High School. Maybe look and see if we can get you a look at the Jesse's Dairy Cove scoreboard. I know we have a running third quarter clock down in Salem as Poland is all over Salem, 38-0. That was about halfway through the third quarter. About halfway through the third quarter in Warren as well. Canton McKinley 14, Warren Harding 14.
That's a great one there. Hopefully Harding can get them and start to get back on that rivalry as the winning game in that matchup. They deserve that one. Coach Arnold does not shy away from playing the best teams. I hope he can get that win tonight.
And Croston up under his own power to the sideline. So now Twins left. Wide receiver to the right. And I think we're going to see a defensive timeout as a wide receiver was uncovered in the slot for Pie Valley. That was Jace Folkman. Didn't have a defender. And so Mineral Ridge spends the defensive timeout again. 1:49 left in the third quarter as we check the SNK Painting clock. So let's get you some scores on the Jesse's Dairy Cove scoreboard. McDonald 18, Southern 14 in the third quarter. Youngstown East up 6-3 over Hubbard. Malvern up 26-0 on Western Reserve. Canfield up 24-13 on West Branch. Lake up 7-6 on Alliance. Struthers up 30-14 on Beaver Local. United up 28-6 on Waterloo. Newton Falls 42, East Palestine 18. and see if I can get a hometown score for me. That is North Canton Hoover 17 and Akron Butchell 7 in the third quarter. All right. 3rd and 8 for Pie Valley, ball at their own 27. Shotgun Twins left. Croston throwing deep right. Has a man that hits the defender in the back, but Julian Rossi going to get called for pass interference. It'll be 15 yards and a first down for Pymatooning Valley as the Lakers catch a break, Matt.
Yeah, they do. I'm on the we're obviously on the completely opposite side of the field. I did not really get a good view of if it was worth it or not, but it was close. It was definitely one of those flags that could have gone either way.
We're going to see where they're going to step off the penalty to. Right now, they've only stepped off 10 yards. Thought pass interference was 15 yards and a first down.
Looks like they're going the opposite way.
Are they going to pick the flag up? What's going on?
Looks like maybe
Neil Crossan wants to know what's going on.
Okay.
Brian Shaner wants to know what's going on.
There we go.
Now they're stepping the penalty off. Say the downs marker hadn't moved yet.
Mm-hmm.
That is what had all of us confused. So it is 15 yards and a first down for the Lakers. I believe that's our first down by penalty of the night. Quick pass to the left. Vickery with the catch. Breaks a tackle at the 45. Gets to the 50. Breaks another tackle and rolls to the Mineral Ridge 47-yard line on the gain of 10. And that's exactly enough for a Lakers first down.
Caden McCune, the senior defensive back wide receiver, needs to really bring up when he hits instead of going to grab those shoelaces. Don't tackle him down by his feet. Keep your head up. Hit him good and centered. Make him hurt. Make him think about twice coming your side of the field.
They're actually going to spot it at the 48, but still a first down for the Lakers. Double tight. Wide receiver to each side. Shotgun. Crossan rolls right. Going to cut up the middle, and a man came off the corner. Mm-hmm. That was Jacob Russell, and he's going to stop him for no gain. Great work there by the cornerback coming up in run support.
Yeah, and Preston Holbrook also helped on that play. I've been extremely impressed with him over the last 2 seasons, and they've got some players that have come back this year that are really bringing the noise.
And I think we might have Ryan Croston down with a cramp. We're going to go ahead and step aside for 60 seconds. You're listening to the Bedurks Butcher Block High School Football Game of the Week on City View Sportscast, part of the iMedia One Network.
Jesse's Dairy Cove is a hometown favorite, located at 3743 State Route 46, across from the gazebo in Mineral Ridge. Enjoy all of your favorite ice cream. We have over 32 hard scoop and over 40 soft serve favorites. We also have a large food menu, including homemade chili sauce, sloppy joes, pulled pork, fresh cut French fries, and mac and cheese. This fall, we'll start our homemade cookie and party trays. Visit our website at jessesdairycove.com to see our menu. At Jesse's Dairy Cove, we appreciate your business and wish good luck to the Rams.
W&M Quality Roofing LLC is an insured and bonded Mahoning Valley family-owned roofing business. At W&M, we treat your roof and home as if it's our very own. Give us a call at 330-647-0610 for a free estimate. Did you get damage from the latest storm? We also offer financing and specialists for insurance claims. For professional and efficient service, call W&M Quality Roofing at 330-647-0610. Now back to the Bedurks Butcher Block High School Football Game of the Week on City View Sportscast.
Back inside Joe Lane Stadium, Easy Whitaker Field, as quarterback for the Pymatooning Valley Lakers, Ryan Crossan, able to walk off under his own power.
2-year letter winner, did a good job just, getting a little cramp, getting it out. He's ready to jump back on the field as soon as he can.
So we'll see who takes the snap now. And they might just go Wildcat and let Vickery take the snap, and it doesn't look like that is going to be what it is. Double tight right, wide receiver to each side, and there's a jump by Mineral Ridge. They're going to call it.
That was a bad mistake.
So after no gain on first down by Croston, It's now 2nd and 5 after the entire Mineral Ridge line jumped. So Vickery still in to take the snap. Double tight right. Vickery going to take it to the right. Hit the line of scrimmage, push the pile forward, and bulldoze his way 6 yards downfield for a first down for the Lakers. Ball going to be at the Mineral Ridge 37-yard line. And Vickery doing his best bowling ball impression there, Matt. He just hit the pile and pushed it forward.
Mm-hmm. A lot of hard-nosed, well-coached players tonight.
As that will be the end of the third quarter. As we take a look at the Jesse's Dairy Co. scoreboard, it is Mineral Ridge 21, Primatuning Valley 14. We're going to step aside for 60 seconds. You are listening to the Bederks Butcher Block High School Football Game of the Week on City View Sportscast, part of the iMedia One Network.
Shining Stars Dance and Baton in Niles, Ohio is home to state, regional, national, and international world champions. They offer a wide variety of classes for ages 2.5 and up for boys and girls. Celebrating over 31 years in business, the excellent staff of instructors will help take your baton twirling skills to the next level. Shining Stars would like to wish all the cheerleaders, dance line, band, feature twirler Amira, and players a successful season. Go Rams!
If you are seeking a skilled photographer in Northeast Ohio with experience in capturing documentary-style photographs for various occasions such as family events, weddings, graduations, sporting events, and other special occasions, look no further than Colleen Moore Photography. Accessible via ColleenMoorePhotography.com, or she can be reached at 330-314-7547. Colleen sends her best wishes to the Mineral Ridge Rams for a fantastic season. Go Rams!
Now back to the Bederks Butcher Block High School Football Game of the Week on City View Sportscast.
Valley as we start the fourth quarter, and Vickery takes the direct snap, and he will push the pile ahead for about 4 yards inside the 35-yard line. In fact, I think they're going to mark him at the 33. 2nd and 6 upcoming for Primatuning Valley as they are driving, trying to tie the game. It looks like Ryan Croston might be coming back in the game at quarterback. In fact, yes, Vickery's going to stay in, but Croston back at quarterback for the Lakers. Vickery will be the sidecar to the right. Twins left, double tight. Coming a man in motion. In fact, it's going to be Croston, and he's got a man open downfield, and he's going to find him. Touchdown on the quarterback motion. Croston lined up in the slot, came across, took the handoff, and found Jaron Nowakowski downfield wide open. 33-yard touchdown pass for Primatuning Valley. They are an extra point away from taking the lead, but Pie Valley has gone for 2 after both their touchdowns here this evening.
Yeah, and they have, and you better hope that they do, because your defense actually the last couple of series has done a good job at shutting it down. But as we saw in some of the scrimmages, they were having trouble with those long passes. So they've got to work on that with Coach Allen and his defensive staff this week.
As the jet motion from the quarterback fooled him. And it's going to be Vickery taking the Wildcat snap, cross and lined up as a blocker. Vickery, little trouble up the middle. 2-point conversion, good. 11:06 left in the fourth quarter. As we look at that S&K painting fourth quarter clock, and the Jesse's Dairy Cove scoreboard reads, Pie Valley 22 and Mineral Ridge 21. We'll step aside for 60 seconds. You're listening to the Bederks Butcher Block High School Football Game of the Week on City View Sportscast, part of the iMedia One Network.
W&M Quality Roofing, LLC is an insured and bonded Mahoning Valley family-owned roofing business. At W&M, we treat your roof and home as if it's our very own. Give us a call at 330-647-0610 for a free estimate. Did you get damage from the latest storm? We also offer financing and specialists for insurance claims. For professional and efficient service, call W&M Quality Roofing at 330-647-0610. If you love history, head over to YouTube and check out Blogging Through History. Hosted by Mineral Ridge High School graduate Chris Mowery, Blogging Through History visits historic sites to explore not only the well-known figures and events of the past, but also compelling stories that maybe you've never heard before. Chris would also like to wish his niece Amira Emsch and the Mineral Ridge Rams the best of luck for a successful 2023 season. Now back to the Beduricks Butcher Block High School football game of the week on CityView Sportscast.
Back inside Joe Lane Stadium in Mineral Ridge, Ohio. Matt Lipsack and Matt Emsch here with you. Pymatuning Valley has just taken a 22-21 lead. 11:06 left on the S&K Painting fourth quarter clock. Squib kick and a roll to the 30 and just squirt out of bounds at the 25. Charging down that far sideline was Jace Folkman. Maybe trying to get a gift for the Lakers, but kickoff out of bounds. Going to go in favor of Mineral Ridge. We'll see where they spot this. Looks like they're going to put the ball down at the 35-yard line. 1st and 10. Mineral Ridge trailing once again by the slimmest of margins.
Rams will take over at their own 35-yard line. 1st and 10.
Mineral Ridge comes out without a huddle. Herb checks the wristband. Trips left in the shotgun. Sidecar to the left as well. That will be Russell. Up the middle goes Russell. Breaks the tackle at the line of scrimmage. Falls forward for a gain of 4. Coming off the bottom of the pile, Brennan Moore making the tackle for the Lakers. We'll call it 2nd and 6. And I checked that 2nd and 7. He only got to the 38-yard line for the Rams. Trips left. Sidecar right for Herb. 4 wide. Well, thought that the slot receiver might have jumped a little early as Herb rolls to the right. Throws a hope and a prayer downfield. That was an easy interception for Pymatuning Valley as they bring it back across midfield. Far sideline. They're going to step out of bounds at about the 43-yard line. And that's a bad decision by Ian Herb, throwing that into triple coverage down the field. So we'll call that about 17-yard return on the interception for Jace Folkman. $10:21 left on the S&K Painting fourth quarter clock. Mineral Ridge needs a big stop from their defense here. Shotgun, double tight left. Sidecar to the right for Croston. Hands it off to Vickery. Bounces off a tackle. Gets back to the line of scrimmage. Nothing more. 2nd and 10 upcoming for the Lakers.
Defense did a great job again. That interior defensive line and that outside linebacking core for the Rams played very well that instance, and if they can just keep this up a couple more plays, get that offense, that dangerous offense, the ball back, and if they can repeat what they were doing a couple series ago, they'll get that lead right back.
And that first drive of the third quarter looked great for Mineral Ridge, but unfortunately they've stalled since then, as here comes the snap coming around the side on the jet motion. That is a big loss, as coming around was number 42 for Pie Valley. And the defensive line of Mineral Ridge blew that up. They had penetration, and that's going to be a loss of 6 yards back to the 49-yard line, the plus 49 for Pie Valley, but it is 3rd and 16 for the Lakers. And an offense that really isn't designed to pick up 16 yards in one play, Matt.
Yeah, I was looking for number 74 for Mineral Ridge, and he's not on here, but I'm going to tell you what, he tore it up and he got through there beautifully.
Shotgun man comes in motion, taking the handoff. His crossing goes to the left, tries to make a cut, takes and breaks one tackle, but only going to get about 4 yards. And Mineral Ridge stands tall on defense after the interception by Ian Erb.
And what did we just talk about? They just needed to step it up, play like they did last time. And on that play, you had a host of defenders coming in and doing it, specifically 44 Preston Holbrook coming in there. That sophomore, one of those many sophomores who are playing like juniors and seniors. He did a great job there.
So crossed into punt, gets away a low line drive, fielded by Balestrino at the 13, but he had a knee on the ground. Check that was Erb fielding the punt, but unfortunately he went down to a knee to catch it, and that is where Mineral Ridge is going to put the ball into play.
Well, you have somebody tall like Ian Erb. He might not have meant to do that. It's just because of his height, and it just happened to just brush it, and the ref was there and called it, and it happens.
We'll call it a 33-yard putt for Croston, who, including the 58-yard punt he opened the game with, he's got to be averaging around 40 yards a punt. That's not bad for a high school punter.
Not at all. And again, I'm very impressed with Pie Valley. They have definitely stepped up their game from last year.
86-yard between Mineral Ridge and Pay Dirt as the handoff goes to Russell up the middle. And that's going to go for about a gain of 5. Nice run there on the read option by Russell.
Another thing I really like about Pie Valley is that all of their players are in their gaps. They're following their assignments. They've been coached up extremely well in the preseason, and they're just playing extremely well this game tonight against one of the tougher teams that they always strap it up against.
Resetting the play clock, did the referee, and I think I heard on the PA that 42 for Pie Valley is Luke Giddings, who's listed as 40 on the roster that we received. Here's another handoff to Russell, cuts inside, cuts the outside, gets up the middle, and he'll make it up to the 35-yard line. Big gain for Mineral Ridge. We'll call it a gain of 18. First down, Rams.
Yeah, if it wasn't just for that shoelace kind of grab, he would have kept going. He's hurting a little bit right now. He just dropped to the ground. He's either got a cramp. Hopefully that's what it is, because Susie hit the sideline. He dropped.
And he'll be spelled by Rohrman. Trips left. Rohrman goes up behind the line. Single receiver to the right. Shotgun snap for Erb. He's going to take it himself off left tackle. Oh, if he could have kept going, he had some room to work with there. But I think the turf monster got him, and he's going to fall forward for about 4.
Yeah, I know that turf monster very well, playing on YSU's turf through all the years in high school and college. And, especially when I was younger, when I didn't have the pellets, it definitely grabbed you more often than not.
Those rubber pellets after every marching practice, always had to pull them out of the tennis shoes. Trips left, sidecar to the right. Erb looks right, has the man, little bit of a bump there, but the pass is overthrown. And I think Jace Folkman maybe got away with a little bump on Balestrino.
Yeah, he did, and it was a little bit of a dangerous throw as well. He had double coverage there, but thankfully it went his way, and they could have, like you just said, he got away with one there. It could have been a little yellow laundry on the field, but it didn't happen, so just get it back now.
3rd and 6, Erb off the left side, breaks a tackle, gets the first down, got it to the 45. He needed 6. He got 7. First down, Mineral Ridge.
And again, here we are. We're getting close to the end of the game. Milk that clock. Focus on getting those new sets of downs. Don't worry about the home run punch right away. Just let that time, go off the clock. Then punch it in so that Pie doesn't have much time left to put some more on the clock.
Trips left, sidecar left, shotgun. Hands it off to Rohrman, goes up the middle, jumped on by number 10, Jaron Nowakowski, for a gain of 1. I believe that's the first touch for Rohrman here this evening. And it'll be 2nd and 9 for Mineral Ridge as we tick inside 6 minutes on the S&K Painting 4th quarter clock.
Yeah, Nowakowski, the 2-year letter winner, just a junior, 5'9", 180 pounds. He came in there playing a lot bigger than he is.
Trips left again, sidecar right for Mineral Ridge. Urban the shotgun brings a man in motion. Going to give it to Rorman. Up the middle to the 50, across the 50, falling forward to the 47. Going to be about a yard and a half short of the first down. Be third 1.5 for Mineral Ridge.
I'm going to tell you what, they just ran one of my all-time favorite plays. They ran counter tray left, and they kicked out that end and turned it up for the inside linebacker. Did a beautiful job offensive line-wise.
And that was Pemberton, the man that came in motion, as Erb makes a man miss, trying to come near side, got submarine by Sean Croston. He did not get the first down, only gained half a yard. It's going to be 4th and 1 for Mineral Ridge as Croston, the diminutive defensive back up in run support, took down the giant Ian Erb.
Yeah, again, just in the 10th grade, only 5'7", 160, but he brought it, baby. He went low on him and took him out, did a great job. Now this is where we see who wants it more. Does this offensive line want to dig down deep and get that 1 yard? Let's go and see. This is what I love. This is when the hairs on my arms are standing up and I want to run on that field and sneak a helmet and some pads, because nothing's better than when you line it up on short situations to see who wants it more. I love it. That couldn't be more exciting.
And I don't know that Pie Valley has stopped Mineral Ridge for 1 yard or no gain all game long, as Brian Shaner did call a timeout as we look at the SNK Painting fourth quarter clock, 4:24. So I don't blame him for going for it here on 4th and 1. Ball on the Pymatuning Valley 46. They need the 45. Jesse's Dairy Cove scoreboard says Pie Valley 22, Mineral Ridge 21.
And again, I want to thank all of our sponsors who have joined us on our year-long,
we'll call it Quest.
Yes, Quest. Perfect. Thank you. They are supporting all these boys and doing a great job of it.
And it's going to be Balestrino under center. Balestrino getting pushed forward toward the pile. I don't think he got it, Matt.
No.
I don't think he got it. They're going to mark him short.
Yep. Oh, boy. That was not good. Definitely did not come off the ball well. The offensive lineman, that left side of the line stood straight up. They did not have their heads up on their shoulders. They were looking down. They needed to get the heads up and come off low, and that defense was ready for it. They shut it down.
And when Balestrino went under center, you absolutely knew what was coming, and Pie Valley shoved it right back in Mineral Ridge's face.
You got to give them some credit. They're undersized. They've not won a lot of games in the last decade, but, man, they have come to play tonight.
Tight formation here for Pie Valley as it's Vickery breaking through, and he'll pick up about 12 or 13. In fact, we're going to call it 11 as he gets down to the 43-yard line. And that's exactly what Mineral Ridge did not need as we tick toward 4:09 left on that SNK Painting fourth quarter clock.
They got to shut them down now. They got to do what they did the last series where their defense stepped it up. Also, this is when your leaders step up. You need somebody to get a turnover here, do something that no one else has done so far, get angry, pin those ears back, start putting pressure on that quarterback.
Shotgun snap upcoming for Croston. He takes that snap, runs left, gets past the line, pulling forward for 5 or 6, maybe even 7 as he gets down to the 36-yard line. In fact, we will call it a gain of 7. 2nd and 3 as we tick inside 3.5 left on that SNK Painting fourth quarter clock. And Matt, the big thing here, Mineral Ridge, 1 timeout left.
One timeout. You really got to judge when you're going to use it. And, that's a beautiful thing for Pie Valley to know that all they have is one. Again, the leaders have got to step up. Someone's got to take it on their shoulders to make something big happen.
2 more first downs can end this game for Pymatuning Valley as it's Vickery taking the direct snap, comes off the right side, pushes his way forward for first down. Got it down to the 33. And with 2:51 left, this is do or die time for this Mineral Ridge defense.
It is. It is, and this is where some of that youngness plays into this game. You lost 5 of those seniors that left. It might not seem like it was a lot of it, but man, they filled those holes. So they need somebody else to fill those holes again.
Jumbo package in for Pie Valley. Shotgun snap. Croston to the left. Stop for a loss of 1. And did Brian Shaner just use his lone timeout? He did. We will take it with him. 2:16 left in the fourth quarter. You are listening to the Bedurks Butcher Block High School Football Game of the Week. City View Sportscast, part of the iMedia One Network.
SNK, painting your house today. SNK, painting your house
SNK
today.
Painting provides exceptional painting and refinishing services to the Mahoning Valley and surrounding communities by being an industry leader in our field, focusing on customer service and delivering extraordinary results. We offer interior and exterior painting, and we specialize in cabinet refinishing with affordable cabinet solutions. Call SNK Painting for your free estimate at 330-505-1910.
SNK, painting your house today.
Now back to the Bedurks Butcher Block High School Football Game of the Week on City View Sportscast.
Back inside Joe Lane Stadium, 2:16 left in the fourth quarter as we check that SNK Painting fourth quarter clock. The Jesse's Dairy Cove scoreboard tells us Pie Valley has a 22-21 lead. It is 2nd and 11. Pie Valley has the ball, and Mineral Ridge needs a stop in the absolute worst way. Jumbo package again. They're going to put 1 wide receiver out to the left, cross and shotgun snap. He's going to look to the left. He's going to tuck it. He's going to run. Gets to the line of scrimmage and no further. But the thing there for Mineral Ridge is the clock still running as Croston.
Right,
Smart
right.
play, stayed in bounds.
And like I kept talking about all game, for the Rams, milk that clock. Well, now same thing's going on, but for the team that we really aren't here for tonight, and that's Pie Valley. We're here for the Rams. Hopefully they can shut them down and get their hands back on that ball and do something special quick.
3rd and 11. Ball on the Mineral Ridge 34 as we tick toward 90 seconds left in the fourth quarter on the SNK Painting fourth quarter clock. In fact, it looks like Pie Valley is going to go ahead and burn one of their 2 remaining timeouts. It's 91 seconds left in the fourth quarter.
That's a definitely positive thing, for the Rams right now. Get themselves to catch themselves a little breath and talk a little bit about it with Chet Allen, the defensive coordinator. From what I have seen, obviously it's not my decision. I would send some pressure from the outside. The quarterback blitz is open. Man, they could send a corner on that, blast him from the backside, and then maybe even get a turnover. You never know what could happen. They haven't done anything like that all night. Maybe they'll take a shot at something like that, but they're going to have to make some noise. They're going to have to, as I said again 3 times now, pin those ears back, make something happen, pop that ball out of there. This is when your leaders have to set themselves aside from all the other regular players on the team.
My lovely wife, Amanda, tuning in from home in North Canton. She said she's on the edge of her seat. We're on the edge of our seats up here in the press box.
Yes,
3rd
ma'am.
and 11.
Thanks for being here.
91 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Wide receivers, 2 to the right. Shotgun. Vickery to the right as the sidecar. Double tight to the right. Croston takes the snap. Gets blown up in the backfield
There
by
you
Mineral
go.
Ridge. Gonna lose 2. And that clock is going to tick to about 40 seconds before Pie Valley has to punt this ball. It's at the 35-yard line. And you have to think that Croston is going to try to pin them inside the 10-yard line.
That was a huge play, though. That's what we were talking about. You needed a leader to step up and make a play. Yes, the clock is moving. Yes, they don't have much time left, no timeouts. But you know what? If you have some leaders and some good players, keep it on the sidelines. Just, as we always talk about, as the game has gone on, you don't have to go for the home run every single play.
And there's the final timeout for Pymatooning Valley. 46 seconds left on the S&K Painting fourth quarter clock. The Jesse's Dairy Cove scoreboard says Pymatooning Valley 22, Mineral Ridge 21. The ball is at the 35-yard line of Mineral Ridge. And, I mean, I can't imagine any situation in which Pie Valley does not punt the ball here.
Yeah, I agree. You don't want to take a possible win in a situation that they have not been in quite a while, especially against Mineral Ridge. They're away. They're not at home. You're going to do everything you can to protect that ball and hopefully depend on your defense to keep them down at the other side of the field. Obviously, Shaner's hoping they get their hands on the ball, put it in the hands of his best players, and get something out of it.
And it looks like Mineral Ridge going to go punt block full here, assuming that Pie Valley does go for the punt. Crossan is dropping back about 10 yards behind the line of scrimmage like he is going to punt. Now he backs up to 12 yards. There's nobody back to receive this kick for Ridge. They're coming after it. Snap is away. He gets the punt away. It's going toward the left sideline, bounces at the 12, rolls toward the sideline, but isn't going to make it there. It's going to be touched down at about the 8-yard line with 38 seconds left in the S&K Painting fourth quarter. 92 yards between the Rams and Paydirt. They have a kicker on the roster. They have Landon Powell. He looked good on the one extra point that he tried. Had one of them blocked, which was not his fault.
Right. They do have kickers. They have specialty players that can go if you can get them open and they can break a tackle or get those good, rack yards or yak yards. And, they definitely have the players that can do it. It's all up to what Coach Shaner calls right here and what he gives the opportunity to his boys about.
4 wide, twins to each side. Herb takes the snap. Looks left, throws left. Has a man getting just absolutely wrapped up. In fact, that was Ian Herb that was going downfield. I believe that might have been Owen Shingledecker throwing the pass, and that's going to be 15 yards in exchange for 7 seconds.
Huge. Yeah, and I mean, you couldn't have asked for a better play right there to get that flag thrown. Fresh set of downs, moves the ball 15 yards, and wow, that was a huge play.
And I don't know what else, Matthew Askins is supposed to do down there defending Ian Herb other than, don't let him catch the ball. Right. I mean, time is on your side. I mean, honestly, Pie Valley could do that every play, and Middle Ridge would probably run out of time.
You're right. And, just don't let them score. You have to do it. You got to do it.
And it is Shingledecker taking the shotgun snap. Twins to each side. Shingledecker hauls it down the far sideline. Caught by Balestrino. Ball at the 39-yard line. Wow. 24 seconds as Mineral Ridge hustles up to the line. They need to spike it.
That's a huge play. Again, your best players step up at times like this.
And that's a gain of probably the better part of 40. And we're not going to spike it. We're going to put twins to each side. We're going to keep it rolling. 17 seconds left. Shingledecker looking down the far sideline, looking for Balestrino again. Touchdown! Touchdown, Mineral Ridge!
Wow!
Brady Balestrino took it away from Jace Folkman with 8 seconds left in the fourth quarter. The sideline is going absolutely crazy here at Joe Lane Stadium.
That was incredible. Like we talked about, Matt, your best players got to step up at times like this, and that's exactly what happened. They stepped it up. They believed in themselves. That's coaches all the way down to the water boys and the trainers. Everybody believed in themselves, and boy, they just scored, and they showed it. They can accomplish anything if they believe in themselves.
92 yards in 30 seconds.
I told you, baby. I told you. All they got to do is just believe in each other. Your biggest players step up, and they did.
37-yard touchdown pass from Shingledecker to Balestrino. 2-point conversion upcoming here for Mineral Ridge. Shingledecker to take the snap. He's back, looking right, throws right. Caught! 2-point conversion is good. And I do believe that was Julian Rossi on a little outbreaker from the middle.
heartbreaking for Pie Valley. You have a school that has been struggling for years and years, especially against the Rams. But you come in here and you almost eke one out. Now, we got 8 seconds left. We've seen crazier things happen. They're going to have to do everything they can to cover this kickoff and cover it. But, man, what an amazing play.
Apparently there is a flag. I see an illegal procedure call there on Mineral Ridge. So 2-point conversion, no good. We're going to take it off the board. We're going to do it again from the 8-yard line.
Okay.
Very late. I didn't see the flag. I didn't hear the whistle. All right, we'll do it again. Shingledecker going to take the snap again. Shotgun. Russell to the sidecar. Twins to each side. Herb, the wide out. The X to the left. Shingledecker back. Looks left. Throws left. Looking for Herb. Jump ball caught. Did he get in? He's in.
Touchdown. He got it. They gave it to him. 2 points. That he had to think about it. It was right there on the line, but hey, you don't have instant replay in high school, and he called it and what it was. And I just have to say, I am so impressed with how they stepped it up when they needed to do it, and they just pulled it out of their guts and they got it done. What an incredible ending to a crazy, awesome game.
And Owen Shingledecker coming in cold off the bench leads his team 92 yards in 4 plays?
Yeah. 3 plays.
Because pass interference.
Right.
A play up ahead that was caught, and then the touchdown.
Correct. And then if you want to throw in the illegal whatever on the 2-point conversion, ran it again. Those don't really count as actual plays, but man, you look at it, it was done. Bam, 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 bam. All they needed. They believed in each other. They believed in their coaching staff. Their coaching staff believed in their players. And I would have loved to have been a fly on one of those helmets, listening to Brian Shaner and his coaching staff, telling those players just believe in yourselves. And man, what an awesome ending to a great game.
Oh, we have 8 seconds left on the S&K Painting 4th quarter clock. Jesse's Dairy Cove scoreboard says Mineral Ridge 29, Pie Valley 22. 32nd. 92-yard drive for Mineral Ridge to take the lead here late in the 4th quarter. Powell runs up to the ball. He boots it way downfield, and that one is going to roll into the end zone.
Wow.
Just barely. Sean Croston there watching it. And as the Buffalo Bills learned against the Kansas City Chiefs, you kick that ball deep, and you try to do what you can.
That's right.
So 8 seconds. Ball at the 20-yard line. They're going to bring it to 25.
Now, let's not forget, it might be 8 seconds, but Pie Valley has done an absolutely incredible job with their passing game. They have been able to get guys open and get major yards on certain plays. So their D just has to back way up. You can let them catch a ball, just don't let them score.
All right. Ryan Croston. 2-year letter winner.
Chet Allen on the field, just going nuts on his D.
Roston gets back. Russell in on pressure. Roston breaks the tackle. Throws up a hope and a prayer toward the 45-yard line. It's intercepted.
Wow.
That is the ball game. What a Badurix Butcher Block High School football game of the week. Interception by Owen Shingledecker.
Just incredible. Guys stepped up when they needed to do it. Again, I don't want to be overly repetitive to everybody listening, but God, you got to understand, the best players step up when they need to, and man, they did tonight, and they won this game as a group. What an amazing show of team effort from coaching staff all the way down to the trainers, to the water boys, to the fans in the stands. Nobody gave up. They kept playing until there was no time on the clock. I am thoroughly impressed with this team, and they really are going to win some games this year.
Your final score here from Joe Lane Stadium, Mineral Ridge 29 and Pymatooning Valley 22. We are going to step aside for 2 minutes. You've been listening to the Badurix Butcher Block High School Football Game of the Week on City View Sportscast, part of the iMedia One Network.
Shining Stars Dance and Baton in Niles, Ohio is home to state, regional, national, and international world champions. They offer a wide variety of classes for ages 2.5 and up for boys and girls. Celebrating over 31 years in business, the excellent staff of instructors will help take your baton twirling skills to the next level. Shining Stars would like to wish all the cheerleaders, dance line, band, feature twirler Amira, and players a successful season. Go Rams!
W&M Quality Roofing LLC is an insured and bonded Mahoning Valley family-owned roofing business. At W&M, we treat your roof and home as if it's our very own. Give us a call at 330-647-0610 for a free estimate. Did you get damage from the latest storm? We also offer financing and specialists for insurance claims. For professional and efficient service, call W&M Quality Roofing at 330-647-0610. With over 30 years of experience, Madurix Butcher Block in Mineral Ridge is a quality-driven company focused on great personal service. Our fresh meats are of the finest cut. We make a variety of burgers, sausages, and a full line of deli meats. Using our own smokehouse, we prepare different types of jerky, snack sticks, kibasi, bacon, hot dogs, and bone-in hams. When your tummy needs some relief, call 652-BEEF. That's 330-652-2333.
Jesse's Dairy Cove is a hometown favorite, located at 3743 State Route 46, across from the gazebo in Mineral Ridge. Enjoy all of your favorite ice cream. We have over 32 hard scoop and over 40 soft serve favorites. We also have a large food menu, including homemade chili sauce, sloppy joes, pulled pork, fresh cut French fries, and mac and cheese. This fall, we'll start our homemade cookie and party trays. Visit our website at jessesdairycove.com to see our menu. At Jesse's Dairy Cove, we appreciate your business and wish good luck to the Rams.
Now back to the Badurix Butcher Block High School Football Game of the Week on CityView Sportscast.
Inside Joe Lane Stadium in Mineral Ridge, Ohio, the Badurix Butcher Block High School Football Game of the Week. Matt Lipsack and Matt Emsch here with you on CityView Sportscast, part of the iMedia One Network. Let's see if we can walk you through a scoring recap of what was a very exciting game here tonight.
Incredible.
Mineral Ridge took a 6-0 lead on a 2-yard touchdown run by Ian Erb. Extra point was good. Pymatuning Valley took the ensuing drive and got a touchdown pass and a 2-point conversion to take an 8-7 lead. And then another Pie Valley touchdown from Ty Vickery. 2-point conversion was no good, so 14-7 in favor of Pie Valley. Mineral Ridge got a 26-yard touchdown pass from Ian Erb to Brady Balestrino to make it 14-13. Extra point was blocked late there in the second quarter. It was 14-13 Pie Valley at halftime. Second half kickoff, Pie Valley stalled on their drive, and then Mineral Ridge, just a methodical, what had to be at least a 6-minute drive to take a 21-14 lead as Ian Erb with the 1-yard touchdown run untouched around the right side, and the 2-point conversion was good as well. Pymatuning Valley on a wide, when quarterback Ryan Crossan lined up in the slot, came in motion, took a handoff, and found Ty Vickery. No, that wasn't Ty Vickery. It was number 10. It was Jaron Nowakowski downfield behind the defense for a 33-yard touchdown. 2-point conversion was good. It was 22-21 in favor of Pymatuning Valley. Ensuing drive, Mineral Ridge with an interception. Pie Valley able to get the stop. Mineral Ridge gets it back. They were driving. Ian Erb throws in, Mineral Ridge gets stopped on 4th down, just inside their own 40. Pie Valley drove it about 20, 30 yards, bled the clock down to 38 seconds, punted the ball to the 8-yard line. So 38 seconds and 92 yards. Owen Shingledecker comes in off the bench at quarterback. First play, pass interference. Second play, about a 40-yard gain. Third play, a 33-yard touchdown to Brady Balestrino to give Mineral Ridge a 27-21 to 22 lead. 2-point conversion. Shingle Decker to Ian Erb is good. That's how we get to our final score of 29 to 22. And Matt, I believe it is time to pick our players of the game. And why don't you go ahead and explain that for the fans?
And, as we have always done through the years, we have sponsors for our players of the game. And our player of the game this year, it is sponsored by City View, of course, which is by Western Reserve Radio. And player of the game, Select Sportswear, is the main sponsor of the City View Players of the Game. And not only is Select Sportswear the main sponsor of it, they make the T-shirts for us. They embroider all of our shirts that we're wearing, how wonderful they are. Also, Colleen Moore Photography is also one of our sponsors of the Players of the Game. And as well, Joe Eckenrode's Belleria Pizza and Italian Restaurant of Niles is also one of our sponsors. So City View Sportscast is so proud to announce our Players of the Game. And I am going to give that honor over to the other Matt of this Matt and Matt show. And Matt Lipsack, you're going to announce our Players of the Game.
So for offense for Mineral Ridge, we're going to give it to Brady Balestrino. 2 touchdowns, including the game winner. On defense, we are going to give it to number 58, Chase Moore, who just had an outstanding game, blew up a lot of plays in the backfield. So those are our Select Sportswear Players of the Game. Matt, anything to add before we send it back to Studio Central?
Yeah, I just wanted to thank all of our sponsors who have joined us on this epic journey that we are on for this entire season. It's not just going to go this year. It's going to be going on for the next 4 years and longer. Thank you so much to Beduric's Butcher Block as our title sponsor. They jumped in last minute and really supported us and are doing some great things. And I haven't announced one of our other big awards that I'm going to announce very soon. Our Beast Lineman of the Year award. I'm going to explain what that is soon. But I also wanted to thank all of our sponsors who joined in and helped us this season. We have more coming on as the year goes by. I'm going to announce all of them on Facebook and on our websites. And as more join us, they will get love online and on Facebook and on all of the social media. So thank you to everybody. And I wanted to thank Brandon Fisher back at the radio station for keeping us on the air. And Dave and everybody else there, thank you so much for helping us and getting us on. We love you all. And thank you to all the fans who listened tonight. This was something special. Get ready for a lot more of them this season.
We are going to throw it to over to Mollenkopf Stadium for the Canton-McKinley-Warren Harding game over on Western Reserve 1 and AM 1240. Canton-McKinley with a 33-14 lead over Warren Harding. That game is inside of 4 minutes left in the fourth quarter. For Matt Emsch, I am Matt Lipsack. Thank you so much for tuning in to the Beduric's Butcher Block High School Football Game of the Week tonight. Let's throw it over to Mark Means and Dave Clark. Sound out. Fade to black.
And again, they've got to grab one of the Bulldogs and kind of back them up a little bit. There's definitely seen a little bit of talking here in tonight's fourth quarter.
It is definitely running it down. They're probably still running the football, I'm thinking. Not really concerned about getting the first down.
Trips to the right, single receiver left side. They will run it once again, just trying to keep the clock going with Hatcher. And it's going to bring up fourth down.
Here it is.
And now 1, 2, 3 flags go flying in the air. I tell you, the Girard Indians are 1-0, Dave. They beat Jefferson tonight 42-21.
All right. Warming up that offense.
So we've got 3 flags on the field, and we've got 5 officials in the middle of the field figuring out what we're going to call.
Yeah, and a couple of those flags came flying out of there later after the initial one.
Pretty good distance, too.
Yeah.
3:21 to play in tonight's fourth quarter. 33-14, Canton-McKinley leading Warren Harding. So they called offsetting personal fouls, one on each side of the field, and
Yep.
It's one of those where, you've got to call the penalty.
Yeah.
But if they're offsetting, nothing happens.
No. That's the thing about it.
So Warren Harding uses a timeout. That'll be their last with 3:21 and a 4th down and 13 coming up for Canton McKinley. We look ahead next week exclusively on Western Reserve Radio 2. Just go to westernreserveradio.com, download the Live 365 app, or tune in. We will have Girard and Liberty in the Battle of Belmont.
Yeah, that's what we'll have next week. Unfortunately, 1240 we won't be with it, but we know they got 49ers football on, so we understand that. But you'll still be able to hear us go ahead and looking forward to another good ball game. We've been blessed with some good games, and hopefully see another one with the Battle of Belmont.
Looking forward to getting back to Liberty, seeing head coach Joe Simon and the hosting Liberty Leopards in that ball game. A lot of friends at Liberty. Liberty and Girard, always an entertaining matchup, no matter what week they play that game.
Right.
High snap, one-handed caught by the punter, and the ball is popped up into the air and goes out of bounds near the 30-yard line, and the punter's looking for a flag. And as soon as that ball is tipped, no flag, no penalty,
right.
But also good to see Keith Quincy jump up and able to sprint off the field.
Mm-hmm. Well, we'll see if Warren will try to 3 minutes, 13 seconds. Great field position. Can they punch it in quick? Get some points on the board, and hey, we'll start next thing, onside kick, and try another chance of trying to get into the end zone.
So the Raiders offense set to come out onto the field with Drew McCowan, the quarterback. And 3:13 to play here in tonight's fourth quarter. McCowan has trips to the left, single receiver to the right side, running back is to the right side of the junior quarterback. Back to throw, two-step drop, going to take the deep shot downfield. Receiver had the ball just tipped away and incomplete at the pylon. It's 2nd down and 10.
Yeah, very good coverage there. That had no chance of being completed. Blanketed coverage there.
So the incompletion brings up 2nd and 10 with 3:07 to play in the fourth quarter. I never looked what the temperature was when we started, but definitely going to be a chilly night throughout the valley.
Yeah. Yeah, I think it was right around the 73 degrees, and I'm not sure where we at right now.
McCowan back to throw, fires it outside, ball tipped up into the air and incomplete at the 22-yard line. We were at 59 right now, Dave.
Oh, yeah, it definitely, you could tell the drop in it. No question about it.
As soon as the sun dropped, the temperature dropped right with it.
Yes, sir.
3rd down and 10 from the 30-yard line.
That was a long throw. You're throwing on the perimeter out there. That's a long throw for the quarterback. That ball is just out there for a long time.
Trips to the left, single receiver to the right side. McCowan stands tall in the pocket, fires outside. The pass is going to be caught and down to about the 22-yard line on the reception.
Still about 4 yards short. 4th and 4. Okay, Mark. What do you dial up here?
They've run it. So they've thrown it so much. I don't know if they run a little draw or something to surprise them.
Yeah, I'm wondering.
4th and 4. McCowan will throw it again. Fires to the opposite side of the field.
Snag.
Pass caught across the 20. Nice catch with the hands by the receiver for the Raiders. That is a 1st down inside the 20-yard line.
Yeah, that was impressed with that catch there.
Kamari Adams, the 6'3 senior.
Yeah, I mean, snatched it out of the air, and that is how you receive the football there.
Trips to the left, single receiver to the right side, running back to the left of the quarterback, Drew McCowan. Takes the snap, swings it out into the flat. Receiver makes the catch at the 15, 10, and then was popped out of bounds, and the ball went flying all the way to the track at the 8-yard line.
Nice hit there, but they didn't lose possession of the football. Did get out of bounds. Warren's football still here.
1:57 to play in the fourth quarter. Second down. Just about 1 yard. 33-14, Canton McKinley leading Warren Harding. Two receivers to each side. McCowan to throw. Stepped up into the pocket, then was collapsing, and he went down back inside the 10-yard line. Trying to do the right thing, David. Step up for the throw, but as he did, the pocket just kind of collapsed on top of him.
Yeah. Now puts it a little bit more meaningful as far as trying to get the first down. 3rd and 5 now, Mark.
So 3rd and 5 back at the 13. 90 seconds to play in tonight's fourth quarter. McCowan to throw to the end zone and incomplete off his receiver's hands.
Yeah, it was right there, too. Nice pass there by McCowan. I mean, he dropped it right in the breadbasket, as they say, and he did not hold on to the football.
So 4th and 5 from the 13-yard line with 1:24 to play in tonight's fourth quarter.
Fourth down.
4th and 5. Trips right. Single receiver left. McCowan looking straight down the middle of the field. He is sacked. The ball came loose. The Raiders recover the loose ball, but Canton McKinley will take over on the turnover on downs with 1:18 to play here in tonight's fourth quarter.
Well, good defense there. They, and out of all the excitement, the plays that Canton McKinley has played on offense, we got to give kudos to that defense because they gave up 0 in the second half. They have given up no points. Team has gotten down there, but they've been able to really get tough and rugged at the end and be able to stop them, keeping them out of the end zone.
So Canton McKinley takes over on downs with this 1:18 to play in the fourth quarter. So it'll be Keaton Rohde. It's going all the way at quarterback, the senior for Canton McKinley.
Yeah, this is one they probably can just kneel down. It's only one timeout left for the Raiders.
Everyone will come in tight, and he'll just take a knee and wind the clock. He did snap it at least one more time tonight.
Yep.
For the Canton McKinley Bulldogs, that will go to 1-0 on the season. Again, you look ahead on the schedule for these two teams. Next week, Canton McKinley is home for Avon. Warren Harding on the road for Akron Buchtel.
Yep. And even though losing this ball game 33-14, no reason to hang the head. They performed well. Just didn't have enough to last all the way through. So start regrouping and getting ready for Buchtel.
So they will let the clock wind till the back judge raises his hand. And Rohde will take one more knee.
Yes, they do it.
With now 30 seconds to go here in tonight's fourth quarter. So they will not have to snap the football again. As we got a little more conversation going on the field as the final 14 seconds will work their way off the clock.
Mm-hmm.
And the Canton McKinley Bulldogs start the season 1-0 with a 33-14 win over the Warren Harding Raiders. We'll take a break. We'll come back and begin the postgame show on the iMedia
Whether you are a
Network.
professional football champion.
Molucc Live is your home for high school sports. We have all the scores on our social media platforms throughout the games. Enjoy our timely updates from local area schools year-round. You won't get the consistency and reliability from anyone else. Our number one priority is servicing our fans and getting them live news as it's happening. Follow us on social media, Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram at Molucc_live. And remember, our fans come first.
Now return you to the Sandrock Concrete High School Football Game of the Week on Western Reserve Radio 2 and Sports Radio 1240.
And, of course, our listeners on AM 600, WRQX, who are on board for the end of this game as well. A final score of 33-14 in favor of the Canton-McKinley Bulldogs. Recapping scoring, it was Canton-McKinley that got on the board first, a 5-yard touchdown run by Hatcher at the 6:52 mark of the first quarter. The extra point was blocked by the Raiders, a 6-0 lead for Canton-McKinley. 9:40 to go in the half. Powell would find the end zone also from 5 yards out. The extra point was good, and the Raiders had the lead at 7-6. It would be the starting quarterback for Canton-McKinley, Rhodey to Harris from 36 yards out. Hatcher runs in a 2-point conversion, and it was a 14-7 lead for the Canton-McKinley Bulldogs. The ensuing kickoff by the Warren Harding Raiders was returned by Cardman Bay of 70 yards. The extra point tied us up at 14, and that is the way we went into the locker room. First score of the third quarter came when it was the start of the second half. Nino Hill for Canton-McKinley, who scored his first touchdown from 4 yards out. The extra point made it 21-14. Hill would then add a 2-yard touchdown run at the 10:32 mark of the fourth quarter. And then it would be a Rhodey this time to Harris from 13 yards out. The extra point was up and good. And Canton-McKinley finished off the scoring at 33-14. And as you mentioned, Dave, if you tuned in late when we were joined by AM 600, you think this is a game dominated by Canton-McKinley. Not so much.
No, not so much at all. And really the dominance came towards the end of the third quarter going into the fourth quarter when just the physicality of them running the ball with Hill, who did not play in the first half. Second half, they changed that mentality, allowed him to run, and we see why he was their starter. I don't know why he didn't play in the first half, but whatever the reasons was, that's what they were. But I tell you, once he got on that football field, that was a different football team running the football.
It absolutely was, and Canton-McKinley gets the win here tonight at Mollenkoff Stadium by a final score of 33-14. We'll take our final break, come back, look at the numbers, and wrap things up for week one on Western Reserve Radio, Sports Radio 1240, and AM 600.
Catch all of the spring and summer action of Cleveland Cobras minor league football on Western Reserve Radio. Follow the Cobras as they compete against teams from around the region in pursuit of a Tri-Point Football League championship. And if you're looking to continue your football career after high school, college, or even the pros, or to be part of the Cobras staff, go to Facebook at Cleveland Cobras Football or contact owner Jesse Caldwell at 330-416-3442. Be a part of the excitement of Cleveland Cobras football. We now return you to the Sandrock Concrete High School Football Game of the Week on Western Reserve Radio 2 and Sports Radio 1240.
Time to wrap things up here from Mollenkoff Stadium as Canton-McKinley gets the win tonight, 33-14. And 2 games down of our 11 games on our regular season high school football schedule. What'd you think of week one?
Well, I loved it. Both games were entertaining to us. I mean, you know, you look, like we said, you look at the final score, you may think have one opinion of it, but you had to be here and see it. Both games was very competitive. We had a good weekend of football, and each losing team, no need to hang your head. You showed a good performance in both games for this team. So.
And the thing that I liked about what we saw tonight was, and last night, it was one of those where you kind of expect mistakes and a lot of penalties and turnovers, and we saw a little bit of that, but not really.
No, not as much as you may figure, especially opening weekend. You see a lot of things happen. We didn't see that as much. And you got to contribute that to the coaching staff, head coaches, having these guys prepared and ready to play in week one.
You know, when you look at it, you talk to coaches, and one of the things that I'll talk to our coaches about for next week is, knowing you've also worn that coach's hat as well, a lot of teams talk about the biggest improvement of the season is from week 1 to week 2.
Yeah, and it is, because now you have something. You practice, in scrimmages, you can see some things, but when it's game time, it's a different level. And then you're able to correct some things and make some adjustments, and you can see a big improvement from week 1 to week 2.
And it's going to be interesting. We didn't see a final score from that Liberty game where they were up in Ashtabula against Edgewood. We'll try and get one of those before we leave you tonight, but we got a rivalry game next week, so I don't know how much you really want to even say, how much you have to look at the scores from this week.
Yeah, it gives you an idea, but sometimes you just don't know. I think this is when you correct things. This is the first official game where you can really see how guys play from opening kick to the end. And that's what you want to see, and see how guys perform. And then you know how to get people in the right position to be successful. And that's why you see such a big difference from week 1 to week 2.
And, is it just the fact that you've got 2 scrimmages in, but scrimmages aren't live game reps.
No.
And now you've actually had live game reps, and there's film to go back and look at.
Yeah, and that's the key. You can go and see them and see what they did in the game, and then you can see where you got guys out there that have the talent, but are you putting them in a position to be successful? And that's what you want to do. You might make those little adjustments, and you can see a big difference in your football team.
Some finals around the valley tonight. Struthers beats Beaver Local 37-20. Camel up 30 at the break, wins by 30-0 over St. Thomas Aquinas. Canfield 38, West Branch 19. First overtime game of the year. Lowellville beats Columbiana 22-21.
Oh, man. First one. We had to get one in week 1, so great.
Valley Christian beats Crestview tonight 30-12. East Liverpool beats Minerva 50-0. Fourth quarter was the last update. Edgewood 42, Liberty 20. So the Leopards going up there to Ashtabula look like they may come up a little bit short. Austintown Fitch in the fourth quarter leading Euclid 34-6.
Oh, man. That's telling me something. Euclid is usually a tough team. They're handling them tonight.
Girard with the win tonight, 42-21 over Jefferson. Can tell you that Cardinal Mooney leading Lake Catholic late in the fourth quarter, 29-26. McDonald gets a win to start the year as they beat Southern 25-22. Mineral Ridge by 7 over Pymatuning Valley, 29-22. Brookfield falls at Norway tonight, 56-7.
Oh, man. And that's something. Brookfield is usually a team that shows up regardless, but, man, did they get manhandled.
South Range beats Springfield tonight, 41-14. Fourth quarter score, Hubbard leading East by a score of 10-6. And it is Lisbon up 41-6 over Wyndham. That game is in the fourth quarter. Let's take our final break. We'll come back, give you the final numbers, and wrap things up from Mullenkoff here on Western Reserve Radio, Sports Radio 1240 and AM 600.
Professional, fast, highly knowledgeable, easy to work with. These are real reviews by customers of Sandrock Concrete. For all your concrete block, brick, stone, stonework, and excavating needs, call Jerry Sandrock. For your free estimate at 330-506-0013. Sandrock Concrete is fully insured and ready to make your ideas a reality. Sandrock Concrete is a proud supporter and sponsor of Mahoning Valley High School football on Western Reserve Radio.
Catch all of the spring and summer action of Cleveland Cobras minor league football on Western Reserve Radio. Follow the Cobras as they compete against teams from around the region in pursuit of a Tri-Point Football League championship. And if you're looking to continue your football career after high school, college, or even the pros, or to be part of the Cobras staff, go to Facebook at Cleveland Cobras Football or contact owner Jesse Caldwell at 330-416-3442. Be a part of the excitement of Cleveland Cobras football. Hey, football fans, don't miss the hard-hitting action of Youngstown Phantoms hockey at the Cavelli Center in downtown Youngstown. The Phantoms are preparing for the upcoming season as they take to the ice to defend their Clark Cup championship. With over a dozen highly touted prospects on this year's roster, the road to the NHL clearly runs through Youngstown. Purchase season tickets, group tickets, and individual game tickets now by calling 330-747-PUCK. That's 330-747-7825 or go to youngstownphantoms.com.
Clark Cup champion! Meludic Live is your home for high school sports. We have all the scores on our social media platforms throughout the games. Enjoy our timely updates from local area schools year-round. You won't get the consistency and reliability from anyone else. Our number one priority is servicing our fans and getting them live news as it's happening. Follow us on social media, Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram at Meludic_Live. And remember, our fans come first.
Whether you are a professional football champion or a fantasy football champion, Martusio Chiropractic is the place to recover from all your sports injuries. Proudly serving Trumbull County, Martusio Chiropractic is located at 369 Niles Cortland Road in Warren. Martusio Chiropractic accepts most insurance plans, now accepting new patients and offering some same-day appointments. For more information or to make an appointment, call Martusio Chiropractic at 330-856-9595.
Lena's Pierogi House is your home for the area's best variety of pierogies. Daily specials include the Polish platter, the Hungarian platter, stuffed cabbage, and halushki. Having a last-minute get-together? Lena's has you covered with a wide variety of frozen take-home pierogies and dumplings. Go to Facebook at Lena's Pierogi House to see the weekly lineup of available flavors for dine-in or carry-out. Catch the best at Lena's Monday from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. and Tuesday through Friday from 10 a.m. to 8 p.m. 20 North Main Street in Hubbard or call 234-254-8532.
Mill Creek Golf Course is now open. Experience the Donald Ross Championship design of both courses, where you can book a tee time online at millcreekmetroparks.org. Mill Creek features a newly remodeled golf shop, new cart paths, and is a Callaway certified club fitting facility with demo days. The PGA professional staff is now accepting golf outings and leagues. For more information, call 330-740-7112 or stop by and see what all Mill Creek Golf Course has to offer you.
We now return you to the Sandrock Concrete High School Football Game of the Week on Western Reserve Radio 2 and Sports Radio 1240.
Time to wrap things up here on the post-game show. You're listening to AM 1240 WBBW and AM 600 WRQX Salem Youngstown. As we time to look at the final numbers, we thank Ken Elwood sitting in for Michael Rickard tonight. As we look at these final numbers, first for the Warren Harding Raiders, McCowan tonight 12 of 19, finishing with 135 yards. His leading receiver, Adams, had 7 catches for 19 yards. Jones, 5 for 51. McCoy had a 1 reception for 10 yards. Morgan had the big catch for 45. And Zeke Jones had a 1 catch for 9 yards. Rushing the ball, Powell finishing with 8 carries for 29 yards. Smith had a 5 for 24. McCowan, the quarterback, finishing with 27 yards rushing. Jones finishing with 5 yards. 84 yards rushing, 135 yards through the air for the Raiders. For Canton McKinley, unofficially, Rhodey tonight, 13 of 21, 210 yards. Quincy, his leading receiver, 4 catches for 67 yards. Dante McClellan had 5 catches for 86 yards. Harris, 6 for 36. Thomas, 1 for 14. Hatcher, 7 rushes for 28 yards. Thomas, 4 for 18. Ferguson, 1 for -2. Rhodey had 7 for 33. Hill in the second half, 17 for 175 yards and 2 touchdowns. Total yards, 245 through the ground, 210 through the air, 455 yards for Canton McKinley. And when they got to Hill in the second half, he made all the difference.
And when to see him rush for 10 yards a carry. That's a first down every time he touched the ball. So he was a viable weapon in that second half. And as I said before, that's 2 nights in a row. The running back changed the flow of this football game, and it just changed the mentality of that team, and they took off from there.
One score to give you 4 minutes to play. It is Edgewood 58 and Liberty 20. Thank you to our old friend Brandon Paterica, who's up there passing that one along to us. So that is going to do it for a busy week 1 here, Western Reserve Radio 1, 2, and City View Sportscast. For all the guys back there at our studio in Struthers, led by Dave Ferris, our chief engineer, who keeps everything neat and tidy. For owner-operator Jim Craven. For all our fine folks at Cumulus Media, led by engineer Ben Schlegel, who helped us get things put together tonight. For Ken Elwood, and of course for my partner Dave Clark, my name is Mark Means. Canton McKinley wins it 33-14. We'll talk to you next week. Have a great night, everyone.
We thank you for joining us for this special presentation of the iMedia One Network, and we now return you to your regularly scheduled programming.
I'm getting older. Do I need to worry about falling?
Yes, you do. Each year, 1 in 4 people 65 and older will experience a fall, and many will be serious. The majority of falls happen at home, so remove things that could make you trip and install handrails to keep you steady. To learn more about the steps you can take to help prevent...
You're listening to Western Reserve Radio on westernreserveradio.com.
Continue negotiations toward ending the writer strike, which has been going on now for over 100 days. The CEOs of several major studios are also expected to host a meeting later today to discuss the next moves they think they should take. I'm Corey Myers, USA News.
This is Ron Barr. Be sure to check out Sports Byline and the 8-Side Network's outstanding 8-part podcast series, Behind the Barrier, Voices from the Negro Leagues. Hear Willie Mays, Hank Aaron, and others share their stories of the Negro Leagues, the challenges that the players face, and the importance of Negro League baseball to the game's history. Behind the Barrier is available now on the iHeart Podcast Network and all podcast platforms, including Apple, Amazon, Spotify, Stitcher, and Pandora. Check out Behind the Barrier.
Do you own an annuity, either fixed rate, indexed, or variable? Are you paying high fees and getting low returns? If so, Annuity General would like you to have this free book to learn the pitfalls and mistakes of buying an annuity. The Annuity Do's